Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, have a nice hand for the Mulgo Hill Lynch School of Irish Dance. The Mulgo Hill Lynch School of Irish Dance is from Lake Ronkonkoma, and they are part of our Irish Heritage Night here at Bethpage Ballpark this evening. And fans, don't forget that your driver's license can win you $20,000 here at the ballpark tonight. All you have to do is register at the Long Island Ducks ticket kiosk before tonight's first pitch to be eligible. Later on in the game, we'll announce a 6-digit number, and if the last 6 digits of your driver's license match that number, you'll be going home with a big winner. Now remember, you have to register before the start of tonight's ball game with your driver's license to be eligible to stop by the Long Island Ducks ticket kiosk located on the upper concourse right behind home plate, and sign up now. And fans, tonight's annual Irish Heritage Night here at Bethpage Ballpark is brought to you by Shandon Court of East Islip, and to commemorate the 100-year anniversary of the 1916 Easter Rising, an historic event in Irish history, a monument dedicated to the 16 brave men who gave their lives for Ireland's freedom will be erected at the Suffolk County Bohannon Court Complex in Central Islip next year. And you can learn more about the monument and how you can donate to the cause by visiting www.suffolk1916memorial.org. Once again, that's www.suffolk1916memorial.org. And don't forget.
This is Long Island Ducks baseball.
Justin Davies at the plate, the winning run at third. Crowd going nuts. Swung on, bouncing ball left side, off the mitt, up third baseman Brad Strauss. Here comes Willie Rodriguez. Justin Davies has done it again. The Ducks are one quack away from the championship.
Jason Johnson makes the catch. He makes the catch, and the Long Island Ducks have swept the Camden River Sharks. They are the 2004 Atlantic League champions.
Lions bunts up the third baseline. Esquivel charging in. They're not going to have a play, and the Ducks are the champions of the Atlantic League here in 2012. Going back is Adam Bailey. He settles under it. He makes the catch. Adam Bailey makes the catch, and for a second straight year, the Atlantic League trophy will reside on Long Island. The Ducks are the Atlantic League champions.
And now it's time for the Long Island Ducks North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital pregame show.
We are live here at Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip, New York. It is time once again for Long Island Ducks baseball. And tonight, the Ducks continue their 7-game homestand as they open up a 4-game series against the York Revolution. Well, good evening, everybody. My name is Michael Pollack. I'll be bringing you the play-by-play for all of tonight's action. And for the Ducks, they are looking to bounce back in this 4-game series after a tough weekend set against the Somerset Patriots, where the Pats took 2 of 3 from Long Island after the Ducks took the opener of this series, Somerset, with wins on Saturday and Sunday to take their first series of the year from Long Island after the Ducks had won the previous 2 and split the first one in 2015. Well, to start off here on the pregame show, let's recap yesterday's game between the Ducks and the Somerset Patriots. It was all about the pitching yesterday. Good matchup between left-hander Darren Downs, who was making his first start at home for the Long Island Ducks, as well as right-hander Lucas Irvin, who was the starter for the Patriots, one of the top pitchers in the Atlantic League this year. Both teams traded zeros in the first inning, but in inning number 2, Somerset got on the board as with 1 out, Adam Donahue drew a walk, Robert Andino singled to left, and then Nate Spears followed with a single to right to put the Patriots on top by a count of 1-0. In the bottom half of the inning, though, Irvin got the first 2 batters out on a flyout to right by Randy Ruiz and a ground out by Steve McQuail, but then up to the plate came Mike Blank. Took a no decision, though, gave up 3 runs on 8 hits in 6 innings as Blank hits a high drive deep in the air to left field. Eggleston back to the track. He looks up, and you can forget it. Over both walls in left field, a solo home run for Mike Blank, his 5th long ball of the season, and just like that, the Ducks tie the score at 1 in the bottom of the 2nd inning. So Mike Blank's 5th home run of the year made it a 1-1 ball game, and it would stay 1-1 until the 4th inning when Michael Burgess led off the inning against Downton, hit the first pitch over the right center field wall for a solo home run, his 5th of the year, or check that, 4th of the year. Gave the Patriots a 2-1 lead, and believe it or not, that would hold up throughout the rest of the game. Downs would throw one more scoreless inning before giving way to the bullpen, who threw 4 scoreless innings in relief of Downs, including 3 innings of one-hit baseball from Bruce Kern, who struck out 5. However, Lucas Irvin was just as dominant on the other side. After allowing the home run, he gave up a total of only 3 other hits to the Long Island Ducks, a single in the 3rd to Blake Davis, who was at second with nobody out in the inning but could not come home to score. In the 5th inning, Prentice Redmond reached on an infield single and Lyons on a walk, but Sabatella struck out swinging to end that threat, and in the 7th, a double from Mike Blank, the only hit of that inning, and the Ducks unable to score, and they fall 2-1 as Lucas Irvin with the win improves to 4-5. Darren Downs' loss fell to 0-1, and the save goes to John Hutton, his 21st of the year. It was a quick one yesterday, 2 hours and 21 minutes in front of 5,482 at Bethpage Ballpark. We'll take a break on the pregame show. When we come back, I'll be joined by Long Island Ducks second baseman Blake Davis, who has been red hot of late, hits in 9 of his last 10 games.
Hi, this is manager Kevin Byers, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding health care right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Back here at Bethpage Ballpark, getting ready for tonight's series opener between the Long Island Ducks and the York Revolution. Blake Davis has been one of the hottest Ducks of late at the plate. He has hits now in 9 of his last 10 games entering today, batting .364 in that span. He's raised his batting average from 167 to 225. I had the chance to catch up with the Ducks infielder before tonight's ball game. Blake, with the signing of Richie Corona by the Washington Nationals, you step into the starting second base role for this team. What's the mindset now taking over that role, and how hard is it to replace Richie Corona with how well he played this year?
My mindset doesn't change. I came in here ready to play every day. Reggie did a great job and wish him the best. As far as my mindset, nothing has changed. If I can just plug in and kind of pick up where he left off, that'd be ideal. But, I'm going to do my best to do that, and I'll be ready.
Last 10 games or so, you've had hits in 9 of those 10 games. What is attributed to your recent success at the plate?
I think just getting a chance to play every day, getting consistent at-bats is, I think that goes for anybody. Playing once a week, you're not going to, for me, I always said I'm not that kind of player where I can just play once a week and be fine with it. So just getting at-bats and kind of getting some rhythm and timing has definitely helped.
Was it really hard for you earlier this season when you weren't getting that consistent playing time? You had the groin injury early in the season, and then Reggie kind of took over that role. Was that hard on you?
Yeah, because, you just kind of, I came in here thinking I was going to play, just kind of had that groin issue, and then he kind of just took off, and, like I said, playing once a week wasn't really working for me, so I'm kind of glad he got picked up to give me a chance to play. But, it is what it is. Your
primary role right now is at second base, but you played some shortstop this year. You played a little bit of third base. You played some outfield as well. Is there really one position that you enjoy playing more than any other?
Well, yeah. Now that I've played so many different positions, I have a respect for each of them. Coming up as a shortstop, I always thought, that first base is easy. Left field's got to be. They're all different, and but I definitely enjoy playing shortstop the most. But obviously, Dan's there. I've gotten I've gotten second base down pretty good now, so I enjoy playing that. And then outfield's always fun, especially when you get to throw guys out.
How hard has it been in this month of July for this team to get on a consistent groove, win like you did in the month of June with having so many players get signed by outside organizations?
Well, yeah, the turnaround's been crazy here. You know, we had so many different guys that are pitching well get picked up, and then guys hitting well that have been picked up. So it's kind of like you just try and keep it the same. I don't know. It's just a really tough situation when I think we've had like 40-something players, and like it's crazy. So you just try and come in and do your job and try and play team baseball, and don't be selfish and just play the game hard in the right way. I mean, good things should work out.
Another hard-fought series over the weekend against Somerset. They ended up taking 2 of 3, and it seemed like you guys weren't able to get the big hits a couple times that you needed. Was it a situation where they were just pitching and making the key pitches that they need, or maybe you guys pressing a little bit?
It might have been a little bit of both. I think they obviously have a good pitching staff. I think their team ERA is the lowest in the league, so or high, however you say it. But yeah, maybe some like I had an at bat where I thought I should have got a hit and got jammed and kind of maybe tried to do too much, instead of relax and just let the game come to you and look for your pitch. So I think we just got to be able to come in and close the door. I think we always are going to be in a game, and our team battles back every game. So if we can just come in and shut that door, we'll be fine.
Finally, a start of a 4-game series tonight against the York Revolution, who you guys have had a lot of success against this year. What is the key to winning this series and bouncing back after the weekend set?
I think just probably coming up in those key situations, just getting the job done, and then obviously pitching well and playing solid defense, and just kind of bringing a good energy to the field.
Thanks so much for the time, Blake. Best of luck in the series against the Revolution.
All right, thanks.
That is Blake Davis, infielder for the Long Island Ducks, who is actually not in the lineup tonight because there is a lefty on the mound for the York Revolution. More on the pitching matchup for tonight's game, and then the starting lineups and first pitch as the Ducks open up a 4-game series against the York Revolution.
Hi, this is Bud Harrelson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bayshore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Ducks in the York Revolution just about set to take the field and get ready for game number 1 of this 4-game series here at Bethpage Ballpark. Ducks will be sending their ace to the mound tonight in right-handed pitcher John Brownell, who on the season is 7-2 and has a 2.91 earned run average. That ERA ranking 9th best in the Atlantic League. He has made 14 starts this year, 78 hits in 95 and 2/3 innings, has walked just 23 batters, no more than 3 in any start this year, and has struck out 72. On the other side, it will be left-handed pitcher Rami Lewis, the closer that has now been converted into a starting pitcher. And this year he's had some ups and downs, but so far is 6-7 with a 3.60 ERA through 15 starts, has 1 shutout on the year. 94 hits and 87 1/3 innings for Rami Lewis. He has walked just 24 while striking out 61. And both pitchers are coming off wins. John Brownell became the first Duck to throw a complete game his last time out in 2015 as he went 9 shutout innings at Lancaster on Wednesday, gave up just 4 hits and 2 walks while striking out 5. As for Rami Lewis, he won it 5-1 over the Sugarland Skeeters this past Thursday. And in that start, gave up 4 hits in 6 1/3 innings, 1 run unearned, and walked 1 while striking out 7. So Rami Lewis will get the start for the Long Island Ducks, for the York Revolution. John Brownell will get the start for the Long Island Ducks, and it should be a good pitching matchup here at Bethpage Ballpark on this Monday night. The Ducks enter at 5-5 here in the second half. They're 2 games in back of the Bridgeport Bluefish in the Liberty Division standings. 51-29 overall. They lead the wild card race if that does come into play by 10.5 games over the Sugarland Skeeters. As for the York Revolution, they have had a very tough season. They're 4-6 here in the second half. 2 games in back of first place in the Freedom Division, where the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs currently reside, and they are 28-52 overall here in 2015. We'll take a break as the Ducks take the field. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and then the first pitch between the Ducks and the Revs.
Hey fans, this is pitching coach Marty Jansen, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Ducks' official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Back here at Bethpage Ballpark as the Long Island Ducks and the York Revolution get ready to play game number 1 of this 4-game series. The fans here at the ballpark on Irish night being asked to rise and, clad in their green shirts, getting ready to sing tonight's national anthem will be the Jerry Finlay and Shandon Court, as well as the Hibernian Festival Singers from Bayshore. That was the Irish National Anthem here on Irish Heritage Night. And now, staying with us will be the Hibernian Festival Singers for the American National Anthem.
Can you see, I'm the dawn turning light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
Finley and the Hibernian Festival Singers with tonight's Irish and American national anthems here at Bethpage Ballpark. Well, game number 1 of this 4-game series between the Ducks and the Revolution. Long Island trying to end a brief 2-game losing skid. They'll send their ace, John Brownell, to the mound. And the lineup he'll face for the York Revolution features a lot of newcomers from the last time that the Ducks saw the Rebs, back May 31st through June the 2nd. So here is the lineup for tonight's game for York, who is managed by Mark Mason. Alfredo Patino, who is the newcomer, will lead things off. He is the second baseman. Wilson Valdez bats second. He is the shortstop. Eric Patterson in right field hitting third. And in the cleanup spot is the left fielder, and that is Brandon Boggs. Brian Pounds will play third base and bat fifth. Andres Perez is the first baseman, and he will bat in the number 6 spot. Jacob Calderon is a newcomer to the Revolution. He's the designated hitter tonight. He will hit 7th. Salvador Paniagua doing the catching and hitting 8th. And a newcomer to the Revs, although he is certainly not a newcomer to the league, is former Bridgeport Bluefish outfielder James Simmons, who will bat 9th and play center field. On the other side for the Long Island Ducks, who are managed by Kevin Baez, it'll be Brian Sabatello leading off in right field. Delta Cleary Jr. bats second place center field, and the 3-hitter is the third baseman Cody Puckett. Batting in the cleanup spot, serving as the DH, is Randy Ruiz. Hitting 5th, playing first base, John Griffin after the day off yesterday. The 6th hitter is the left fielder Steve McQuail. Batting 7th and doing the catching tonight is Mike Blank. Carlos Hughes will get his first start in a Ducks uniform, as he will play second base and hit in the number 8 spot. And rounding out the order for the Ducks is the shortstop, and that is Dan Lyons. And again, they will all face Rami Lewis, the left-hander for the York Revolution. So John Brownell finishing up his warm-up tosses on the mound for the Ducks and getting ready to make his 15th start of the year. He has pitched very well for Long Island once again, has been a consistent presence in this Ducks roster since the end of the 2012 season, one of the most important pitchers to this team. And Brownell taking the mound tonight, trying to end this 2-game losing skid. Tough series for the Ducks. They won the opener against the Somerset Patriots on Friday night, coming from behind to win. But they had a 5-4 lead going into the 9th inning of Saturday night's game and ended up allowing 3 runs as the Patriots won the game 7-5. And then yesterday, Lucas Irvin and the Patriots bullpen held the Ducks to just 1 run on the Mike Blank solo home run and won the game by a count of 2-1. So we are just about ready to go. Michael Pollock here bringing you all the action. Thank you so much for tuning in on your Monday evening on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball, and online at liducks.com as well. Brownell is ready to go, and his first pitch of the ball game is a fastball in for strike 1.
Tonight's official Southern Transportation Services start time of the ball game is 6:40.
So we begin at 6:40 p.m. here at Bethpage Ballpark. From the wind, the 0-1. And Patino takes a fastball again on the outside corner. The count quickly, 0-2.
Services temperature of tonight's ball game, 83 degrees.
83 degrees first pitch temperature. It's a very humid night with some high, thin clouds overhead. The rain has passed us, though, as the 0-2 is a breaking ball low and away. Check swing by Patino, the count of 1-2. There was some rain that came through right around the time the gates opened here at Bethpage Ballpark at 5:35, but was gone by about 6, if not a little bit before. 1-2, breaking ball swung on and missed, strike 3. Nice curveball from Brownell, and Patino retired for the first out of the ball game.
John Brownell puts the first game tonight on the Cradle Aviation game board.
Not sure if you heard in the background there after the strikeout, but there was a giant loud moo played that they play here at Bethpage Ballpark after every strikeout for John Brownell. Kind of a new thing they've done this year. The reason? The nickname for John Brownell amongst his teammates is Brown Cow. So every time that he strikes out a batter, they play the sound of the cow, the giant moo. Here's Wilson Valdez to the plate, shortstop from the right side, and he takes the first pitch fastball in at the belt for strike 1. Valdez, the former big leaguer, at .242 on the year, no homers, 16 runs batted in. And the 0-1 pitch, big curveball, that is on the outside corner, and again Brownell jumps in front, 0-2. Ducks are in their home white pinstripe jerseys with the Ducks logo on the front and the green number on the front and the back. The Revolution in their alternates, the yellow jerseys with the horizontal blue and white stripes. And the 0-2, swinging a line drive into right center field. On the run, Sabatella, he won't get it. It will land for a base hit. He'll field on a couple hops and fire it back in. And Wilson Valdez has a 1-out single. So Valdez, the speedy runner at first. Ducks will certainly have to keep an eye on him as he has 16 steals this year in 21 attempts.
Hitting in the third position, right fielder number 4, Eric Patterson, number 4.
So with a 1 on and 1 out here is the lefty swinging Eric Patterson, who is the right fielder and 3 hitter for York. He'll bat from the left side. Getting the sign is Brownell, now working out of the stretch. And his first pitch to Patterson swung on and hit high in the air to right center. Well hit. Going back, Delta Cleary Jr. to the warning track. At the wall, he jumps up, and you can forget it. A 2-run home run to right center field for Eric Patterson. It is his 6th home run of the year. And the Revolution have put the Ducks in an early hole as the Revs lead it 2-0. So for Patterson, again, home run number 6th on the season, his 28th and 29th runs batted in. And after the first strikeout, the single and the home run, and Brownell and the Ducks behind once again here in the ballgame.
Batting in the 4th position, left fielder number 33, Brandon Boggs, number 33.
Patterson hit it well, just didn't think it had enough to leave the yard. The wind right now is blowing lightly out to right field as Brownell misses for ball 1. But not such strong of a wind that it really would have had much of an effect, and it didn't leave by much, but just did get over the wall as Brownell hits here for strike 1. So for the Revolution, their 48th home run of the season. And Eric Patterson has continued to go deep against this Ducks team this year as the 1-1 is low. And the count goes to 2-1. This season against Long Island, Patterson entered hitting just .235, but he now has 4 home runs against the Ducks out of his 6 homers this year. 2-1 pitch, ripped down the right field line, foul. As Brandon Boggs, the hitter, way out in front and hit it off the facing of the box seats. So the count is even at 2-2. Boggs at .241 on the year, 4 homers, 21 runs batted in. 2-2 from Brownell. And Boggs swings, lifts this one in the air to shallow left center. On the run, Delta Cleary Jr. He will get to the spot and make the catch. Boggs retired on the fly out, and that is out number 2. Defensively for the Ducks tonight, Steve McQuail gets the start in left field. Delta Cleary Jr., as we just mentioned, in center, and Brian Sabatella around in right.
Hitting in the 5th position for the York
On the infield from left to right, it is Cody Puckett at third, Dan Lyons at shortstop. Carlos Hughes is the second baseman, and over at first is John Griffin. Behind home plate doing the catching is Mike Blank and John Brownell on the mound. With 2 down, here's the 5-hitter and third baseman Brian Pounds. First pitch on the way is down in the dirt for ball 1. Well, Brownell in his last 3 starts has allowed no more than 2 runs in any of the starts, so if he wants to keep that streak alive, he's going to have to keep the Revs off the scoreboard from here on out. As the 1-0, curveball on the outside corner to even the count at 1-1. Pounds is at .283 on the year, 5 home runs, 36 runs batted in. Crowd quiet here in the early going as the 1-1. A big curveball again from Brownell, nicely thrown over the outside corner. The count goes to 1-2. Irish night here at the ballpark. The first 1,500 fans in attendance received the Ducks Stadium Cup commemorating Irish night, courtesy of Shandon Court. 1-2, big curveball, hit on the ground up the third baseline, foul. Prior to the game, there was some Irish step dancing taking place on the field from Mulvihill Lynch School of Irish Dance. Now, lots of festive decorations in the ballpark, lots of green shirts and caps throughout the ballpark tonight. So the count 1-2 on Brian Pounds as Brownell tries to get through the first without anything further, and the 1-2 is swung on and missed, strike 3. Good cutter over the outside corner, second strikeout for Brownell, that'll end the inning. But the Revolution jump out for 2 runs on 2 hits on the 2-run home run from Eric Patterson. They leave the bases empty, and after a half inning, it is York 2 and Long Island coming to bat.
Hey fans, this is closing pitcher Ryan Cushmall, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicoloc paving stones and walls. Nicoloc's specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicoloc. Visit the Nicoloc Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicoloc.com.
Let Nicoloc pavers pave your way.
In Enjoy the ultimate VIP fan experience at Bethpage Ballpark this season by taking in a Ducks game from the brand new Trout Town Fan Can. Presented by Roscoe Beer Company, the Fan Can is available for rental at all Ducks home games. It features 12 Dream Seat theater-style padded seats, beverage holders, an air-conditioned atmosphere, and an incredible view of the game. Packages are now available with food and beverage included. To reserve your Fan Can outing today, call the Ducks Group Sales Department at 631-940-3825. The Trout Town Fan Can at Bethpage Ballpark. Your VIP experience has arrived. Bottom half of the first inning, where the Ducks trailed 2-0 to the York Revolution. The Ducks and Municipal Credit Union have teamed up again this season to present the Walk with a Purpose promotion. Every time a Long Island Ducks player walks, Municipal Credit Union will make a donation to the Quacker Jack Foundation. Municipal Credit Union serving members since 1916. So, Rami Lewis, the left-hander for York, will take the mound as he will make his second start of the year against the Ducks. Took the loss his first time against Long Island. That was on June 2nd here. In fact, that was the last time these two teams played against one another. Went about a month and a half in between meetings after playing each other quite a bit over the first 2 months of the year. Ducks currently lead the season series 7-2. They have 4 games remaining here and then 3 more in York on the final road trip of the regular season in September. First pitch on the way to Brian Sabatella, and the fastball just missed the outside corner for ball 1. Sabatella in the leadoff spot, hitting .288 on the year, 1 homer, 33 runs batted in, has been struggling a little bit of late since the All-Star break. Now the 1-0. Fastball is in for a strike over the inside corner to even the count at 1-1. Lewis on the year at 6-7, a 3.60 ERA. This is his 16th start of 2015. And the 1-1 pitch to Sabatella, swung on and popped up right side of the infield in foul territory. The first baseman, Andres Perez, will make the catch. So Sabatella retired on the foul pop, and that is out number 1 here in the bottom of the first.
Batting in the second position for Long Island, the center fielder number 5, Delta Cleary Jr., number 5.
We talked about the struggles of Sabatella. Cleary Jr. also has been struggling of late. A closer look at the numbers show that Sabatella, over his last 9 games, hitting just .216. Delta Cleary Jr. in his last 10 games, hitting just .146. Those are 2 guys, the table setters in the Ducks lineup, who they need to start hitting the ball like they were late in the first half. The first pitch from Rami Lewis, check swing foul ball, first base line. And the count goes to 0-1. Cleary Jr. at .284 on the year, no homers and 18 runs batted in. Both guys were up above 300 at the All-Star break, but struggling early on in the second half. Lewis comes set. And his 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Swung through a breaking ball over the outside corner, looked like a changeup from the lefty. And the count quickly 0-2 on Delta Cleary Jr. Lewis has surrendered 94 hits this year in 87 in the third innings, but has walked just 24 batters while striking out 61. And now the 0-2. Swung and grounded back up the middle into center field, a base hit. So a good start to the ball game for Delta Cleary Jr. A hard single right back through the box. And the Ducks have the speedy center fielder on with 1 out in the first. Just how the top half of this inning started. First batter retired, second batter a single. And then the 3-hitter ended up hitting a 2-run home run. That was Eric Patterson. We'll see if the 3-hitter here for the Ducks, Cody Puckett, can go deep. He has hit 6 home runs on the year. Ducks will just take a hit or anything to keep the inning going for him to get on base. Lewis will work out of the stretch as Cleary Jr. has a healthy lead off first. And the pitch to Puckett is a fastball in for a strike over the outside corner. The count 0-1. Puckett, too, has been struggling of late. His average at .265, 6 homers, and 30 runs batted in. Puckett hitting just .216 in his last 10 games. Now the 0-1. Fouled off, first base side, out of play. And the count 0-2. Something that Kevin Byes agreed to, that for the Ducks to really continue their success, they're going to need the table setters in their lineup to start hitting the ball better than they have in the second half. And in the bottom of the order, Dan Lyons, the shortstop, a 9-hitter, too, is hitting under 200 in his last 10 games. Lewis looks to first. Now the 0-2. Lifted in the air to shallow right center. On the run is the center fielder Simmons. He won't get it. Base hit for Cody Puckett. The Ducks have the first two hitters on after the leadoff man retired. First and second with only one out, and up to the plate will step Delta Cleary Jr.
Batting in the cleanup position for your Long Island Ducks, the designated hitter, number 50, Randy Ruiz, number 50.
So here is Randy Ruiz to the plate with Cleary Jr. at second and Puckett at first, only one out. Each team now with 2 hits in the ball game as Lewis looks in for the sign from his catcher, Salvador Paniagua. First pitch on the way. Ruiz swings it, rockets one into center, but right at Simmons, who will make the catch. Ruiz hit that one right on the button, but hit it right at Simmons, so some bad luck there for Ruiz, as that is the second out of the inning. And now John Griffin will come up to the plate. Defensively for York, Brandon Boggs in left, Simmons in center as we just mentioned, and Eric Patterson is around and right. On the infield, the third baseman is Brian Pound, shortstop Wilson Valdez, second baseman is Alfredo Patino, and over at first is Andres Perez. Paniagua doing the catching for Lewis. A couple of the newcomers not in the lineup today for the York Revolution, and Carlos Marquez, Mikey Reynolds, and Nick Ferdinand. Runners lead in the first pitch upcoming from Lewis to John Griffin is outside on a fastball for ball one. Griffin hitting .236 on the year, 11 home runs and 50 runs batted in. Tall right-handed hitter against the tall lefty, as Lewis stands in at 6'6", 230 pounds. Here's the 1-0, and Griffin takes a fastball at the knees on the outside corner to even the count at 1-1. Griffin's 11 home runs this year lead the Ducks, and they are tied for the lead in the Atlantic League with 3 other players. Lewis gets the sign, comes set, looks back to Cleary Jr. at second. The 1-1, and Griffin swings at the breaking ball and fouls it off down the right field line. Good pitch to hit, a little bit late on it. Fouls it off to the right field side, and the count now 1-2. So Lewis looking to get through this bottom of the first unscathed after giving up back-to-back one-out singles. Lewis gets the sign, comes set, looks back towards second base, and his 1-2 is swung on and fouled off again back behind the plate. Hits off the facing of the club level and caroms back down below. And we'll do it once again at a ball and 2 strikes. Crowd continuing to file in here on this Monday night for the opener of the 4-game series. Next 3 nights, all 6:35 contests between these 2 teams. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Griffin swings, fouls it back again. This time it stays in the field of play, goes right to the screen. So he continues to battle, keeps the count at 1-2. For the Irish Night festivities tonight, special graphics on the video board in left center field with the Irish flag behind the players. The Ducks logo with green clovers and green font, and the number set atop, the jersey number set atop a clover. 1-2, outside, and a little bit high as well. And that'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Griffin. If he reaches, Steve McQuail will be next, the Wonton, New York native. A lot of pitches here in the first for Lewis as he continues to battle. And now the 2-2 upcoming. Kicks and fires. Griffin swings, pops it up down the right field line. Long run for the first baseman Perez, the right fielder Patterson, and nobody will be able to get it. Hits the warning track, bounces into the stands. And this at bat, we'll see an 8th pitch. Lewis up to 16 pitches now in the first. He's thrown a lot of strikes though, 13 strikes. But Griffin giving him a battle here in this opening inning, and now Rami Lewis goes out as a quick chat with Salvador Paniagua and the home plate umpire Fred DeJesus standing in between them. Boy, does he look tiny in between them. 6'6", Rami Lewis, and 6 foot Salvador Paniagua, who seems a lot taller when he's out there, but Fred DeJesus, the home plate umpire, easily about 6 inches shorter than Paniagua. Count remains 2-2 on Griffin. 2 on, 2 out here in the bottom of the first. The Ducks trailing by 2. And the 2-2 pitch swung on and fisted out into right field. It is going to drop in for a base hit. Around third coming home Cleary Jr. He will score. It's a 2-out RBI single battle by John Griffin. The first Long Island. It took 8 pitches. He fouled off 3 with 2 strikes. But he dunks a single over the outstretched reach of Alfredo Patino. 51st run batted in of the year. And the Ducks are on the scoreboard right away. They close to within 2-1. And now Steve McQuail will step to the plate with runners at first and second and 2 out. So here is McQuail to bat from the right side. Lewis gets the sign, comes set. And his first pitch, McQuail takes way up and outside for ball 1. So Griffin with RBI number 51 on the year, second most in the Atlantic League behind teammate Lou Ford, who was at 58, although Ford now no longer his teammate for the time being since he was signed by Tijuana of the Mexican League. Runners lead the 1-0. McQuail takes a fastball low and inside, and the count quickly 2 balls and no strikes on McQuail, who is 6 for his first 17 in a Ducks uniform. That's a .353 average, 4 homers, and 6 runs batted in his first 5 games with the Ducks. Yesterday was his first game with Long Island that he didn't pick up a hit. Here's the 2-0. Good hitters count, and McQuail swings and misses. He was ready for that pitch, but just missed it, and the count now 2-1. Cody Puckett, the runner at second. John Griffin, the runner at first. Puckett with the better speed of the two, although Griffin has more stolen bases this year. 2-1. McQuail takes the curveball, just catches the piece of the outside corner for a strike. And the count now even at 2-2. So the Ducks with 3 hits here in the opening inning. They have plated a run, but still trail York by 1 as Eric Patterson's 2-run home run gave York a 2-0 lead in the top of the inning. 2-2 from Lewis. Kicks and deals. McQuail swings, fists one out towards the right side of the infield. This ball is going to drop and hop foul. Kind of a broken bat flare on the right side of the infield from McQuail, and Rami Lewis was the closest to get to it. Right near the first base line, but it bounced in fair territory and then caromed foul. So McQuail will head back to the dugout to get a new piece of lumber. And we will do it once again with a count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. McQuail will prepare the bat in the on-deck circle and now step back to home plate. He was using a tan bat, a light tan bat first. Now he is going with a darker brown bat. So McQuail is ready to go. And Cody Puckett will take his lead from second. John Griffin from first. Lewis gets the sign and comes set. And another 2-2 to McQuail. Kicks and fires, and McQuail swings, fouls it right back to the screen behind home plate. Ducks doing a good job fighting off a lot of tough pitches from Rami Lewis, who is now up to 23 here in the opening inning. McQuail in his 6th game with the Ducks, 5th straight start. And the 2-2 upcoming from Lewis once again. The runners take their leads. Kicking the pitch on the way. McQuail takes the curveball up and outside. Didn't break down enough. And now the count full at 3-2. That'll release the runners on the pitch from the left-hander. So Puckett and Griffin will get a head start. Lewis trying to get through the first inning without any further damage done. And trying to protect the 1-run lead now. Lewis comes set. There go the runners. The 3-2. Swung on it. Missed. Strike 3. Pulled the string, and he got McQuail to swing through it. First strikeout for Lewis, and that will end the inning. For the Ducks, they get a run on 3 hits. No errors. They leave 2. And after 1 inning of play, it is the Revolution 2. And the Ducks 1.
Hi, this is pitcher John Brownell, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Thinking about buying or refinancing a home? Start by attending a free MCU home buying seminar. Then speak with one of our loan specialists who will guide you through the loan process. With an affordable mortgage from Municipal Credit Union, Home Sweet Home will be a little sweeter. Call 212-238-3521 or visit nymcu.org to apply for your mortgage today. Municipal Credit Union. Strong, trusted, growing. Municipal Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 23 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and so much more. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Early offense from both sides in this game as the Revolution have a 2-1 lead over the Ducks as we move to inning number 2. Time for the Ducks Health Report, which is brought to you by Island Shore Physical Therapy, the official therapists of the Ducks. 2 players out on the disabled list for Long Island. Jose Morales, the catcher, has a hamstring injury, and Eric Camantu, the outfielder, with an elbow injury. And 1 player on the inactive list who is out with an injury, and that is Sergio Perez. He has an oblique strain. On the Revolution roster, they list 2 players who are out on the 3 players, out on the inactive list. 2 of them with injuries: Mike DeMarc, a pitcher, and Telvin Nash, an infielder. Sean Hill, who is a pitcher, a starter, is on the inactive list, but that is because he is not with the team, or was not with the team, I should say. As the first pitch to Andres Perez, taken up and inside for ball 1. He was pitching for Team Canada over in the Pan Am Games up in Toronto. Helped them to the gold medal. And the 1-0 is a breaking ball low and outside for ball 2. However, he is back with the team and will start tomorrow for the Revolution against the Ducks here at Bethpage Ballpark against Ducks right-hander Bobby Blevins. Here's the 2-0. Breaking ball missed upstairs again from Brownell. He's behind 3-0 on Andres Perez, who is hitting .251 on the year with 4 homers and 32 runs batted in. Brownell out of the line. And the 3-0. There's a strike. Fastball right down the chute. Brownell allowed a single and then the 2-run home run on the first pitch to Eric Patterson in the opening inning. So trying to bounce back here in the second. And it's 3-1 to Perez. Breaking ball hit high in the air, deep to left field. Stephen McQuail turns, watches it go. You can forget it. Over both walls and left, Andres Perez hits a solo home run, the second homer given up by Brownell tonight. It's the 5th of the year for Perez, and York leads 3-1. So right after the Ducks put a run on the scoreboard to get the ball game to a 1-run contest, York gets the 2-run lead right back on one swing of the bat from Perez. And Brownell fell behind 3-1 and then left the pitch right over the plate. Perez did not miss it. First pitch coming to Jacob Calderon, and that is in for a called strike. The count 0-1. Calderon, the designated hitter and 7 batter for York, batting from the left side. Here's the 0-1. Big curveball that missed up and outside, even the count at 1-1. So York using the long ball here early on against the Ducks, who have been using the long ball of late to their advantage. A swing and a miss here by Calderon. The count goes to 1-2. Ducks had a home run in yesterday's game. They have hit 8 home runs now in their last 5 games, have gone deep in 5 straight. Has Long Island. 1-2. Calderon takes the curveball inside and low to even the count at 2-2. Now Brownell threw just under 20 pitches in that opening inning. And the 2-2. Curveball rocketed to right field by Calderon. Sabatella goes back. He turns and looks, and you can forget it. Jacob Calderon with a solo home run to right. Back-to-back homers for the Revs, who have taken Brownell deep 3 times already in the ball game. And York is out in front 4-1. So not the start that John Brownell was looking for, coming off of a complete game shutout of the Lancaster Barnstormers his last time out. But Calderon with his 4th home run of the year and the 3rd of the night already for York. They lead it 4-1. First pitch to Salvador Paniagua is fouled off back to the screen behind home plate. And the count 0-1. John Brownell, who pitched his best start of the year his last time out, not doing so well in the early going here tonight as he deals low and outside to Paniagua. And that will even up the count at 1-1. Line drive back to the mound, fielded on a hop by Brownell, and he will throw to first in time for the out. So Paniagua retired, and that is the first out here in the top half of the second inning. So for Calderon, it was 15th run batted in for Perez, his 5th homer and 33rd RBI. Brownell had given up 6 home runs entering tonight's game. Last year, a bit of a problem from Brownell, had not been the case this year, but
hitting in the ninth position, the center fielder, number 26.
Tonight, he has given up 50% of his season total in home runs, with 3 allowed in the game, and we are only in the second inning. Here's the center fielder, James Simmons, who takes the first pitch low and outside for ball 1. Simmons, the center fielder, batting in the 9th spot, started the year with Bridgeport, now a member of the Revolution. Combined is hitting .220 with no homers and 20 runs batted in. And the 1-0, swing and a foul tip into the glove of Mike Blank. And that will leave it up the count at 1-1. Last time Brownell allowed 4 runs in a start was June 25th in Sugar Land. In an 8-7 loss, he took a no decision, gave up 4 runs in 6 innings on 7 hits and 2 walks. 1-1. Breaking ball catches a piece of the outside corner for a strike. And the count goes to 1-2 on Simmons, who was verifying the call there with the home plate umpire Fred DeJesus. DeJesus joined by J.B. Torres, who was over at first base, and Silvio Martinez, who was around at third. 1-2. Curveball swung on and missed. Strike 3. Got him to chase down low. Third strike out of the ball game for Brownell. And there are 2 down in the second.
It's section 205.
Lights are on here at Bethpage Ballpark. The wind blowing from right to left towards the scoreboard in left center field right now. Not very strongly. Here's Alfredo Patino, who struck out to open the game back in the first inning. He hits from the right side. First pitch on the way from Brownell. And that is taken for a called strike. The count 0-1. Patino, a newcomer to this Revolution team, was not on the roster the last time these two teams played. The 0-1 is on the inside corner, a fastball strike. Patino thought it was too far inside or low. So he had a conversation with DeJesus here. And DeJesus telling him to get back into the batter's box. The count 0-2. Here he grounds one past the mound towards short. Dan Lyons will field and throw to first just in time to get the speed. Patino. And that will put an end to the second inning. But the Revolution had 2 more runs on the scoreboard on a pair of solo home runs. Back-to-back Andres Perez and Jacob Calderon. 2 runs, 2 hits. Again, no errors and nobody left on. We go to inning number 2, the bottom half. And it's the Revolution in front of the Ducks by a count of 4-1.
Hi, this is shortstop Dan Lyons. You can follow me on Twitter at @TheDannyLyons, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
The results are in. Thousands of PSEG Long Island customers participated in our energy efficiency programs, saving nearly $35 million. Being energy efficient helps our environment too. Together, we've eliminated 21,000 cars worth of emissions in 2014. Thank you, Long Island. We're all making a difference. Discover how we're improving every day to bring you better service at www.pseglyny.com/efficiency.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience. We head to the bottom half of the second. The Ducks in an early hole. They trail the Revolution by a count of 4-1. 3 home runs in the early going for the York Revolution, and the Ducks will be sending up their 7, 8, and 9 hitters against Lewis. In the bottom half of the second, it will be Mike Blank, Carlos Hughes, and Dan Lyons. First pitch upcoming from Lewis, and Blank hits a ground ball to short. Easy 2-hopper for Wilson Valdez, who throws him out at first. And on one pitch, Mike Blank is retired for the first out. Blank entered the game at .324 on the season with 5 homers and 22 runs batted in.
Batting in the 8th position for Long Island, the second baseman, number 6, Carlos Hughes, number 6.
Well, here is Carlos Hughes to the plate, who will bat from the right side. Hughes getting his first start as a Duck, and he will get his first at bat right here. He had come in as a pinch runner during the series against Somerset, but that was it. So Hughes will step to the plate. And the first pitch on the way from Lewis is a fastball up and outside for ball 1. Hughes earlier this year was with Sussex County in the Can-Am League, 8 for 52 at the plate, a .154 average, no homers and 2 runs batted in. The 1-0, swinging a ground ball hard to short, but fielded there by Valdez, and his throw to first again in time to retire Hughes. So 2 batters, 2 grounders to short, and on just 3 pitches, Rami Lewis has recorded 2 outs. Ducks with an aggressive approach here in the second inning, trailing 4-1. And with 2 down, here is the shortstop and 9-hitter Dan Lyons, who will bat from the right side.
Number 12, Dan Lyons, number 12.
So Lyons will step up to home plate. As we talked about earlier, he's been in a little bit of a funk here in the early going of the second half, a very rare thing for him with the way he has played this year. First pitch on the way, Lyons takes over the outside corner for strike 1 from Lewis. Lyons in his last 10 games hitting just .176 with 1 run batted in. Not like him the way he has played this year. Averaged down a .304 on the year, 5 homers, 39 runs batted in. And the 0-1, fastball just below the knees to even the count at 1-1. So the Ducks in an early 4-1 hole here against the York Revolution. These 2 teams have played a lot of close games this year, but again, the Ducks are 7-2 as Lyons swings and misses at a big breaking ball and is behind in the count of ball and 2 strikes. These 2 teams have played each other so far 9 times this year, and of the 9, 8 have been decided by 3 runs or less. Ducks have won the last 2 and have won 6 of the last 7. Inside, almost caught Lyons in the back, but just missed. That'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The throw back got past Lewis. So a new baseball will come from Fred DeJesus, and the other will head towards the Revolution dugout. 2-2 pitch up coming from Lewis, who is trying for a quick 1-2-3 second inning after York added 2 more in the top half of the inning. And the 2-2 to Lyons, swung and grounded up the third base line, fielded there by Brian Pounds, who will throw Lyons out at first. And 3 outs on the ground for the Ducks in the second as they go in order 1, 2, 3. We will head to the third here at Bethpage Ballpark in front of the Ducks, 4-1.
Hey fans, this is first baseman John Griffin, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/Ducks Baseball.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on Bark in the Park Night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
third inning we go with the Ducks in a 4-1 hole against the York Revolution. And Ducks fans, there is no better time than right now to sign up the young Ducks fan in your life for the Bethpage Federal Credit Union Ducks Kids Club and the 2015 Ducks Kids Clinics presented by Stop and Shop. Kids Clinics coming up at the end of this month and then again in the middle of August. You can sign up now by calling 631-940-3825 or by visiting liducks.com. 3 days of instruction this year for the same great price as previous years when there was just 2, as the first pitch from Brownell is in for strike 1 to Wilson Valdez. So sign up today and get the chance to play on the field here at Bethpage Ballpark with Ducks players and coaches. 0-1 from Brownell. Winds and fires, and Valdez swings and fouls it back behind the plate. And the count quickly 0-2. Valdez singled to right in his first at bat. That was back in inning number 1, and then scored on the home run from Eric Patterson. Pitch on the way, misses low and outside. A sweeping breaking ball from John Brownell. And the count goes to 1-2. Valdez did not play in yesterday's game for York, a 3-2 loss in Lancaster, as Valdez here swings and misses for strike 3. Curveball seems to be working pretty good for Brownell in the early going. That is his 4th strikeout already. And that out number 1 here in the 3rd inning. So with 1 away, that will bring up Eric Patterson to the plate. Patterson will bat from the left side. First pitch he saw in the first inning, a high fastball that he hit over the right center field wall for a long 2-run home run. And here the first pitch from Brownell, misses low and inside for ball 1. Patterson yesterday was 0 for 3 at the plate with a run scored and drew a walk for the Revolution against the Stormers. The 1-0. Fly ball in the air down the left field line. Steve McQuail chasing after it into the corner. This one will go foul and bounce into and out of the Smokin' Owls party deck. McQuail caught the ball off the bounce from what looked like either one of the benches or the concrete. The count 1-1. Cody Puckett in on the grass at third as the pitch from Brownell swung on and chopped foul at the plate. Patterson swung and hit it right off his foot in the count of 1-2. Brownell had been strong in his 3 previous starts before tonight. Last 3 starts had a 1.23 ERA, allowing just 3 runs in 22 innings, as well as giving up just 15 hits and 5 walks while striking out 11. 1-2, swinging a ground ball at the first base line, foul, past the first base coach for York and down the right field line. Cannot tell who that is over at first base. Looks like it might be Mikey Reynolds, who is doing some coaching, one of the Revolution infielders. And Noel Polanco, the bench coach and third base coach for York, is coaching over at third right now. Paul Fletcher is their pitching coach, and of course Mark Mason, their manager. The 1-2, and Patterson takes a breaking ball low and outside, even the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Patterson with great speed, set a league record in triples last year. 2-2. Fastball on the inside corner, strike 3 called. Patterson, I think, thought it was too far inside with a strikeout called. 5 strikeouts in the ball game for Brownell. And the first 2 retired here in inning number 3. Revolution this year has seen a lot of key players retire, including outfielder Sean Smith, who was made famous last year when he injured his knee, hitting a home run in the playoffs against the Skeeters. As this breaking ball misses outside for ball 1, hobbled around the bases. The video was in on SportsCenter's top 10 plays. And the biggest one was the release of Corey Thurman, who hasn't officially retired, but he was released back in May. As this swung on and missed for strike 1. That one kind of sent shockwaves through the Atlantic League. He is a guy who had been a staple of this Revolution team for years, but had been struggling mightily this year, and the Revolution finally decided to cut bait back in May. 1-1. Fastball misses the inside corner. The count goes to 2-1 on Brandon Boggs, who flew out to center field his first time up. Breaking ball in for a strike, and now Brownell has worked the count even at 2-2, trying for his first 1-2-3 inning of the game. He's allowed 2 runs in each of the first 2 innings. York has a 4-1 lead And the 2-2 to Boggs, swung on and fouled off third base side out of play. A defensive swing there from Boggs. And fought it off to the third base stands. Count still 2-2. Revs out hitting the Ducks 4-3 in the early going. And the 2-2 once again, swung on and slash foul, this time first base side, and it hits right off the top of the Ducks dugout and caroms back to the field. Fortunately, everybody okay for the Ducks and the fans as it caromed off that front of the dugout and back to the field. The first base coach for York, Mikey Reynolds, flips the ball into the stands. Another 2-2, and Boggs takes a fastball on the inside corner, strike 3 called. John Brownell striking out the side in the third inning. He's got 6 Ks in the ball game. And for the first time today, the Revolution go in order. We will head to the bottom half of the third, 4-1 in favor of York.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Brian Sabatella, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball, official YouTube, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Honda at Huntington Honda and pay $59 a month for a new 2015 Honda Civic LX sedan. $59. So spring into Huntington Honda on Jericho Turnpike just east of Route 110 or HuntingtonHondaCars.com.
Huntington Honda, discover the difference.
Auto 24-month lease, total due at inception. Civic $31.90 includes bank fee, first month's payment, no security deposit. Taxes, DMV, title fees extra with excellent credit through HFS.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to. Well, Ducks fans, when Brandon Boggs struck out looking to end the top half of the third inning, that was the 15th out of tonight's ball game. Did you know that a 15-minute phone call to Geico could save you 15% or more on your car insurance? Get a free quote today. Call 1-800-947-AUTO. That's 1-800-947-AUTO. Or visit geico.com. 4-1, the Revolution lead the Ducks as we head to the bottom half of the third inning. It'll be the top of the order for Long Island. Brian Sabatella, Delta Cleary Jr., and Cody Puckett coming to the plate. Rami Lewis continues to work out of the stretch on the hill, and his first pitch is in over the outside corner for strike 1. Sabatella's first at bat was a foul pop-up to first base. And here's Sabatella, a check swing foul ball first base side. Bruce Kern, who is coaching down at first, going over to retrieve the baseball. A couple fans in the front row reaching for it, and a gentleman in a green polo picks it up. So the count 0-2 on Sabatella, who yesterday was a 1 for 4 for Long Island. 0-2, fastball missed inside. Ducks had just 2 extra base hits yesterday, both of them coming off the bat of Mike Blank, his 7th double and his 5th home run of the year. The 1-2 from Lewis, swinging a foul ball over the screen, a looper right back behind the plate. Off to our right, count will remain 1-2. From the stretch, Lewis set, kicks and fires, and Sabatella, grounds one foul. Third base side, right along the line. And the count remains 1-2. From the stretch, Lewis looks into home plate. Paniagua gives him the sign, and the kick and the pitch is swung on and ripped into left field. Base hit Sabatella. Racing in to get it is Boggs. Sabatella rounds first, big turn, but he will hold on right there as the throw comes into the shortstop, Valdez. First hit of the ball game for Sabatella, 4th hit for the Ducks, and they have the leadoff man on here in inning number 3.
Loyal center fielder number 5, Delta Cleary Jr., number 5.
So Sabatella, the speedster, on at first, 21 steals and 27 attempts this year, and now Delta Cleary Jr. to the plate, who singled and scored in his first at bat. First pitch, Cleary Jr. bunts up the first base line. This one will go just foul, though. He was trying to bunt for a hit there. A push bunt up the first base line. So runner at first with nobody out. Cleary Jr. will have to head back to home plate after pushing the bunt attempt foul. We'll see if he tries to bunt once again. Oh, 1 upcoming. Lewis looks to first. Sabatella takes his lead. Lewis will fire to the plate. Cleary Jr. takes a breaking ball up and outside. And that'll even up the count at 1-1. From the stretch, the 1-1 hit on the ground towards second, could be 2. Patino flips the short one on to first, in time double play. So after the leadoff single by Sabatella, Cleary Jr. tries for a bunt hit, could not get it done, and grounds it to the 4-6-3 twin killing. And just like that, 2 down, the base is empty. That'll bring up Cody Puckett.
Cody Puckett, number 2.
Trailing 4-1 in the top of the order at the plate. The Ducks want to try and get something going, but Cleary Jr. unable to get that bunt single down, or at least sacrifice the runner to second, and instead grounds into the double play. Here's Cody Puckett. First pitch from Lewis, and Puckett swings, grounds one back to up the middle into center field, a base hit. So Cody Puckett has his second hit of the ball game. He is 2 for 2. Now a runner at first with 2 away for Randy Ruiz.
Designated hitter number 50, Randy Ruiz, number 50.
So here's Ruiz, who hit the ball hard his first time up, but lined out to the center fielder, James Simmons. First pitch from Lewis, and the breaking ball misses up and outside for ball 1. Ruiz yesterday 0 for 4 at the plate, had 2 0 for 4 performances against the Patriots, but had a 3-hit game sandwiched in between with a home run. 1-0, and he swings and misses here. I think a changeup diving down and away to even the count at 1-1. Ducks now out hitting the Revolution 5-4 in the ball game, but they trail by 3 on the scoreboard as York has used the long ball to their advantage. 1-1 pitch. Ruiz takes a fastball, just caught a piece of the inside corner for strike 2 to Ruiz. John Griffin waits in the on-deck circle, and Lewis trying to avoid any further issues in the third. 2 hits in the inning, but only 1 runner on, thanks to the double play. And the 1-2 from Lewis, swung on in line towards second, right at Alfredo Patino. 2 hard-hit baseballs from Randy Ruiz, and both times he has hit it right at a Revolution infielder. Revolution fielder. 1 outfielder, 1 infielder. So for the Ducks, no runs. They get 2 more hits, but leave 1 on base. And we have played 3 innings here at Bethpage Ballpark on this Monday night. Revolution still lead it by a count of 4-1 over the Ducks.
Hey fan, this is outfielder Prentice Redmond, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/Ducks Baseball.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, post-game wrap-ups, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. To the fourth inning we go with the Revolution ahead 4-1 over the Ducks. First pitch misses upstairs for ball one from John Brownell to Brian Pounds, the third baseman and 5-hitter. Struck out his first time up. And now the 1-0 is on the outside corner. Good fastball to even the count at 1-1. Brownell has struck out 6 batters already in the game, including each of the 3 hitters that came to the plate in the third inning. 1-1 pitch, and this is a breaking ball on the outside corner for strike 2. So we hit the fourth inning. It's also time for our fourth inning trivia question, where we test your knowledge of the Ducks, the Atlantic League, and baseball as a whole. Today's question will actually be Revolution related, as the 1-2 is just off the outside corner to even the count at 2-2. To an occurrence that happened yesterday when Andres Perez of the Revs went 2 for 4, and in doing so became the all-time leader in hits for York Revolution history. 2-2 is well hit to left field by Pounds. Steve McQuail chasing back. This is over his head, one hop off the wall. McQuail fires it in. Pounds going for second. He'll be in there safely with a leadoff double. 5th hit of the ball game for York as they continue to hit John Brownell hard. Their 4th extra base hit of the night. And for Pounds, it is his 15th double of the year. So again, Andres Perez yesterday, as he comes up to the plate here, became the Revolution all-time leader in hits. Had 2 hits to move past a certain player to get to 385, now with 386 thanks to his home run earlier today. Which player previously held the team record for York for most all-time hits? That is today's trivia question as Andres Perez takes a breaking ball here for strike 1. We'll let you think about it. We'll give you the answer in the bottom half of the inning. Perez had a home run in his first at-bat of the night. And for Perez, it was his 5th home run of the season. 3 of those 5 homers have come against Long Island. And here, missing inside, was Brownell leaving the count at 1-1. Perez and Patterson really have been thorns in the Ducks' side. Patterson now with 4 of his 6 homers against the Ducks, and Perez with 3 of his 5 against Long Island. Runner at second, nobody out. The 1-1 from Brownell. And this breaking ball chopped foul at the plate by Perez. Just caught a piece. And the count goes to 1-2. Revolution trying to add to this 3-run lead as Brownell looks in for the sign from Blank. Gets the pitch he likes, and now the 1-2. Kicks and fires, and Perez takes a fastball low. That'll even up the count at 2-2. Taking his lead at second base again is Brian Pounds. The 2-2 pitch popped in the air to center field. Fairly well hit. Racing back, Delta Cleary Jr. He'll camp under and make the catch. Pounds tagging going for third. The throw from Cleary Jr. a strong one, but is a bit offline, and so Pounds is in there safely. Good arm from Delta Cleary Jr. That throw almost made it all the way to third base on the fly, but again was a little bit off target. So Perez flies to center, but he does the job in getting Pounds over to third with less than 2 outs.
Designated hitter number 16, Jacob Calderon, number 16.
Perez is now 1 for 2 in the game. Here is Jacob Calderon, who homered off of Brownell his first time up. A line drive blast that just cleared the wall in right back in the second inning. Infield in all the way around for the Ducks, and the first pitch from Brownell is low in the dirt. Good block by Mike Blank to count 1-0. Well, he says that his name is pronounced Jacob Calderon, but it is spelled Y-E-I-C-O-K. Y-E-I-C-O-K, but he says it is pronounced Jacob. 1-0. Popped up. Shallow left field going out. Dan Lyons coming in is Steve McQuail. The left fielder McQuail makes the call. He'll make the catch. Pounds will retreat to third base. Big out there for John Brownell as he is able to get Calderon in the shallow pump to left. Pounds unable to tag and score. And with 2 away, that'll leave it up to Salvador Paniagua.
Catcher, number 34, Salvador Paniagua.
Calderon, a native of the Dominican Republic, so that might be the Americanized version of that name, Jacob. Either way, he is now 1 for 2. 2 outs, the runner at third is Pounds, and here is Salvador Paniagua to the plate. First pitch, big curveball from Brownell, just missed high. And the count 1-0. Paniagua grounded back to the mound his first time up, back in inning number 2. Pitch misses downstairs for a ball, and the count goes to 2-0 on Paniagua. From the stretch, Brownell comes set. The 2-0 pitch, half swing by Paniagua. Home plate umpire Fred DeJesus says he went around. So Brownell gets strike one, the count 2-1, trying to get through this 4th inning without giving up a run after surrendering the leadoff double to Brian Pounds. The 4th extra base hit of the game for York. Brownell from the stretch set at the belt, a 2-1 pitch, and Paniagua fouls it back to the screen to even up the count at 2-2. Brownell holds the season high for strikeouts by a Ducks pitcher this year. He struck out 12 batters back on May 22nd against the Camden River Sharks in 8 innings of 1-run ball. He's got 6 already here tonight. And now time called as Brownell stepped off the rubber and Paniagua stepped out of the box. Now both are ready to go again. 2-2 on the way from Brownell is a fastball that just missed the outside corner for ball 3. So that runs the count full at 3-2. Leading at third base, Brian Pounds, as he's trying to add an insurance run for the Revolution. The 3-2 pitch on the way. Paniagua swings at the breaking ball and hit it twice. Either way, it's a foul ball. That is very rare. You don't see that, but he has that big looping swing. He fouled it into the dirt, and on his follow-through, the ball bounced back up and hit his bat again and carry him foul. So Paniagua hit the ball twice on the same pitch, and both times it went foul. The count remains 3-2. Brownell's set again. Pounds leads at third. The 3-2 pitch is low and outside, ball 4. So Paniagua, who struggles this year, he came into the game hitting 188, draws the walk against Brownell. First batter that Brownell has walked in the game. Now with 2 on and 2 out, that will give James Simmons an opportunity.
Center fielder number 26, James Simmons, number 26.
Simmons normally wears number 1 for the Revolution, but tonight he is wearing number 26 for York. Might be a jersey thing, might be a forgot the jersey back home, who knows. But either way, he's wearing number 26, and he comes to the plate with 2 down and 2 on. Brownell's set to go on the hill. And his first pitch, Simmons takes the curveball low and outside for ball 1. Brownell already up to 72 pitches in this ball game, 48 for strikes. So his pitch count has gone up quickly. And he's coming off a start where he threw, I believe it was 128 pitches. That's exactly what it was, 128 pitches, 86 for strikes. And here he misses low. And now has fallen behind 2-0 on James Simmons. Has lost the strike zone a little bit. Getting the sign, Brownell. Pounds leads at third and Paniagua at first. The 2-0. That's on the outside corner. A fastball strike from the right-hander. Simmons was a strikeout victim his first time up back in the 2nd inning. And for James Simmons this year, he has now struck out a grand total of 74 times. That is the 4th most in the league as Simmons pops one foul. Back behind the plate. Denny Almonte of Sugar Land leads the league entering today with 105, and the Ducks' John Griffin is second at 93. So Brownell again 1 strike away from ending the threat in the 4th. Runners at the corners, 2 down. The Ducks trailing by 3. And the 2-2. Fastball missed up above the belt for ball 3. That will release Paniagua from first on the pitch from Brownell. Pounds also leading at third base. He had doubled to start the inning. Now the payoff from Brownell is taken on the inside corner, strike 3 call. Good fastball from Brownell. Second time that Simmons has struck out tonight, and the 7th strikeout for the Ducks right-hander. No runs, 1 hit, a walk, and 2 left for the Revolution. 4 complete here, or 3.5 complete, I should say, at Bethpage Ballpark. Revs 4, Ducks 1.
Hey fans, this is Jose Morales, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DuckBaseball.
Hey Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Upsky Long Island Hotel in Hauppauge. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Upsky Long Island Hotel features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. Best of all, it's only minutes from Bethpage Ballpark. The Upsky Long Island Hotel, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up. It's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Back here at Bethpage Ballpark, bottom of the 4th inning. Revolution with a 4-win lead. Time to give you the answer to today's 4th inning trivia, where we test your knowledge of the Long Island Ducks, the Atlantic League, and baseball as a whole. We gave you the question in the top half of the inning. Andres Perez yesterday set the all-time Revolution record for hits, moving past which York Revolution player to take over that all-time hits record. If you guessed James Shanks, you would be correct. James Shanks was the player who had 383 hits, 2 hits yesterday for Andres Perez to move past him. So congratulations to Perez as John Griffin takes a breaking ball for strike 1. In addition, with his home run tonight, Perez moved past Scott Grimes for the club record in total bases. He is now at 606 total bases in his career with the Revolution. So 2 all-time records set in the last 2 days, as this breaking ball from Rami Lewis misses for ball 1. Perez also the Revs' all-time leader in doubles with 89 and extra base hits with 134. The 1-1 breaking ball swung on and missed by Griffin. And the count goes to 1-2. Griffin had an RBI single his first time up. Shout out to Tom Stry and George MRNS08, who had the correct answer, watching on our official YouTube channel here this evening. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch coming from Lewis to Griffin, and it is swung on and missed for strike 3 as Griffin chased way down and out of the zone. Strikeout number 3 for Lewis in the ball game. Check that strikeout number 2, and that's the first out in the 4th inning.
Shortstop fielder number 40, Steve McQuail.
That'll bring Steve McQuail to the plate. Lewis trying to make it back-to-back wins after he got the win on July 16th against Sugar Land. Through 6 1/3 innings of 4-hit, 1-run baseball, the run unearned. Walked 1 and struck out a season-high tying 7 batters. Also struck out 7 May 28th in Camden. And here McQuail hits a high, deep drive to left center field. Oh, you can forget it. It hits off of the brick beam on the far right side of the Duck Vision scoreboard out in left center field. 5 home runs for Steve McQuail in 6 games with the Ducks. And Long Island has cut the deficit to 4-2 here in the 4th inning. My goodness, was that ball crushed off the bat of Steve McQuail, who continues to pound Atlantic League pitching. 5 homers now for McQuail and 7 runs batted in just 6 games played with the Ducks. Incredible. He can absolutely hit him out of the ballpark, and he can hit him a long way when he does. Has not been cheated on any of the home runs that he has hit so far. Here's Mike Blank to the plate, and the first pitch is a breaking ball on the outside corner for strike 1. So it'll make it 6 straight games with a home run for the Long Island Ducks, who now have 53 on the season. If they hit 100, they will meet the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. Chappie's Funeral Homes will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. And here Mike Blank crushes one deep down the left field line, but this is going to hook foul. Mike Blank bidding for a second home run in as many days. But this one hooks just to the left. And the count goes to 0-2. Blank a ground out to short in his first at bat on the first pitch he saw from Rami Lewis. And now the 0-2 is low and outside to run the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Steve McQuail is now 7 for 19 with, again, 5 homers, 7 RBIs, and 5 runs scored. Here's the 1-2. Is off the outside corner. Evens up the count at 2-2. Just amazing. 5 of his 7 hits have gone for home runs. The other 2 are singles. 2-2 pitch from Lewis to Blank, and he'll swing and chop this one foul at the plate. He stays alive against Lewis, a native of Nampa, Idaho. This is his 3rd season with the Revolution. Has the club record in saves, 33 all-time saves. Last year had a franchise record 28. That was both a midseason and a postseason Atlantic League All-Star. 2-2. Blank ground ball, right side and through, a base hit. Past Alfredo Patino. Mike Blank with his first hit of the day, the 7th for Long Island. They have a 1-out base runner here in the 4th. And that'll bring up Carlos Hughes, who represents the tying run.
Second baseman number 6, Carlos Hughes. Number 6.
That was a good job by Brownell to get out of the jam in the top half of this inning. First pitch on the way is in for a called strike. And the count goes to 0-1. Hughes a ground out to short back in the 2nd inning. This is his first start as a Duck. Blank takes his lead, the 0-1. He'll swing and miss. Looks like he foul tipped it into the glove of the catcher Paniagua, and the count quickly 0-2. Lewis looks over to first, now deals to the plate. Hughes swings, chops one over the mound towards second. Fielded there by Patino. He'll step on second and he'll throw to first in time. A 4-3 inning double play, the second double play hit into by the Ducks today, and that ends the 4th. Well, the Ducks end up getting a run on 2 hits, including the solo home run by Steve McQuail. They leave the bases empty, and after 4 innings here at Bethpage Ballpark, it is the Revolution in front by a score now of 4-2.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Bobby Blevins, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicolak paving stones and walls. Nicolak's specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicolak. Visit the Nicolak Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicolak.com.
Let Nicolak paver, let Nicolak pavers pave your way.
Enjoy the ultimate VIP fan experience at Bethpage Ballpark this season by taking in a Ducks game from the brand new Trout Town Fan Can. Presented by Roscoe Beer Company, the Fan Can is available for rental at all Ducks home games. It features 12 Dream Seat theater-style padded seats, beverage holders, an air-conditioned atmosphere, and an incredible view of the game. Packages are now available with food and beverage included. To reserve your Fan Can outing today, call the Ducks Group Sales Department at 631-940-3825. The Trout Town Fan Can at Bethpage Ballpark. Your VIP experience has arrived. Back at Bethpage Ballpark as we move to the 5th inning. Ducks fans, don't forget to stop by the Waddle Inn Shop on your next visit here to Bethpage Ballpark, where exclusive hard-to-find Ducks memorabilia is now on sale. Proceeds benefiting the Quacker Jack Foundation, the charitable arm of the Long Island Ducks. Michael Pollack bringing you all the action. Thank you so much for tuning in here on your Monday evening as you follow along on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball, and online as well at liducks.com. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Ducks fans, Revolution fans, everybody who's joining in on the broadcast tonight. First pitch on the way, and it is taken over the outside corner for strike one to Alfredo Patino, the second baseman. Leading things off, top three in the order due up for the Revolution. Patino 0 for 2 in the game with a strikeout and a ground out to short in the first 2 innings respectively. And the 0-1 is grounded up the first base line foul. Brad Barrett by the first base coach, who appears to be Nick Ferdinand. And the count quickly, 0-2. Brownell has had a battle tonight. Got out of a big jam in the 4th inning after he gave up 2 runs in both the first and the second innings. He's at 80 pitches right now, 53 for strikes. And the 0-2 is swung and hit in the air to left center. Well hit. McQuail going back, but seems to have a beat on it. And in left center field, he will make the catch for the first out of the 5th inning. Revolution continuing to hit the ball hard off of Brownell tonight, but fortunately for the Ducks right-hander, that one stayed in the yard, and that is out number 1. Give you some updates on the out-of-town scoreboard as well here in the 5th inning. 2 other games going on in the Atlantic League tonight. Lancaster and Sugar Land have the night off, as the first pitch to Wilson Valdez is low and outside, ball 1. It's all Somerset right now in Camden, New Jersey, as the Patriots lead the River Sharks 7-1. Top half of the 3rd inning. 1-0. And it's popped up on the infield. Now out to shallow center goes Dan Lyons, the shortstop. Calls off Carlos Hughes and makes the catch. So retired there is Wilson Valdez, who is now 1 for 3. 2 quick outs in the 5th for Brownell, who has needed just 5 pitches so far. That'll bring up Eric Patterson. Matt Zielinski starting for Somerset tonight. Sean Gleason started for the River Sharks, lasted just 2 innings. Daniel Herrera now in the game. Michael Burgess has 2 hits and 3 RBIs. Matt Gamble with 2 hits and 2 RBIs. So the Patriots continuing to play well after they took 2 of 3 from Long Island over the weekend. And down in Southern Maryland, the Blue Crabs with a 2-1 lead over the Bridgeport Bluefish, as this first pitch to Eric Patterson misses low, ball 1. They're in the bottom half of the 3rd inning at Regency Furniture Stadium. Scott Main, the starter for Bridgeport. Brian Grenning, the starter for Southern Maryland. Gustavo Molina has driven in 2 runs for the Blue Crabs, as Brownell delivers a fastball strike to even the count at 1-1. Wellington Totel has driven in the run for Bridgeport. And again, they're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. The Blue Crabs ahead 2-1. 1-1, breaking ball. Just missed the outside corner for a ball. The count goes to 2-1. End of 2 in Washington, D.C. at Nationals Park. Nationals have a 2-0 lead over the Mets. Yunel Escobar with an RBI single, and then Bryce Harper advanced and scored on a throw. As here, Brownell delivers a strike to even the count at 2-2. Good pitching matchup. Matt Harvey for the Mets and Gio Gonzalez for the Nationals. Yankees have the night off tonight. 2-2 from Brownell to Patterson on the way, and it is swung and grounded foul off the facing of the Ducks dugout. For the Revolution fans who are listening in tonight, closest major league team to them is the Philadelphia Phillies. Through 2, the Phillies at home lead the Tampa Bay Rays 3-2. Any rev to our Pirates fans. Pirates are in Kansas City. That game will begin at 8:10. Popped up here, left side of the infield. Cody Puckett in a foul ground, chasing along with Mike Blank. Puckett goes into a slide by the dugout, but cannot come up with it. And he seems to get up. He'll be okay. The fans applauding the effort. Count still 2-2. I know many Revolution fans are also Baltimore Oriole fans. They are off tonight. And, of course, the big news of the day in golf, Zach Johnson winning the British Open in a 4-hole playoff after he, Louis Oosthuizen, and Mark Leishman were all tied after play was completed. So congratulations to Zach Johnson. Here comes the 2-2 again. Patterson, a ground ball foul again, first base line. Goes past Nick Ferdinand, who is coaching at first. Count remains 2-2 as Patterson has now fouled off 3 straight pitches with 2 strikes. If he finds a way to reach, Brandon Boggs will be next. Quick start to the inning for Brownell, but he's now gotten in a 7-pitch battle with Patterson that has run his pitch count up over 90. And the 2-2. Low and inside. Kind of yanked a fastball there, and Blank tried to block it. Count now full at 3-2. On Patterson, who hit a 2-run home run to right in the first inning that got the scoring started for the Revolution. Out of the windup, Brownell kicks and fires the 3-2, swung on in line into center field. Delta Cleary Jr. racing over to his right will make the running catch. And a 1-2-3 inning for John Brownell here in the 5th. 4.5 complete here at Bethpage Ballpark. We are halfway through on this Monday night. The Revolution lead it 4-2 over the Ducks.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Ian Marshall, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Thinking about buying or refinancing a home? Start by attending a free MCU home buying seminar. Then speak with one of our loan specialists who will guide you through the loan process. With an affordable mortgage from Municipal Credit Union, Home Sweet Home will be a little sweeter. Call 212-238-3521 or visit nymcu.org to apply for your mortgage today. Municipal Credit Union. Strong, trusted, growing. Municipal Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the Hebrew National Picnic Area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls Party Deck, the Trout Town Fan Can, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Bottom half of the 5th inning, Revolution 4-2 lead over the Long Island Ducks. The homestand will continue tomorrow night, 6:35 p.m. start time. It'll be Ghostbusters night here at Bethpage Ballpark. Fans will be able to pose for pictures with characters from the famous movie here on the concourse, and the famous Ecto-V car will also be out on the plaza outside Bethpage Ballpark before the game for fans to take pictures with. So it should be a fun night here. It's also a 2 for Tuesday where fans can get a buy one, get one free ticket offer by entering the promo code BOGO online at checkout. Lots of fun things going on tomorrow here at Bethpage Ballpark and all week long as Dan Lyons squares the bunt at the first pitch but ends up taking a strike from Rami Lewis here in the 5th. The count 0-1. Revolution with a 4-2 lead over the Ducks. You can get your tickets by visiting the Bethpage Ballpark box office tomorrow by going online to liducks.com or calling 631-940-3825. Lions a ground ball to third, backhanded on a couple hops by Pounds. The long throw is in time for the out. Lions now 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts to third. And that is the first out here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Back to the top of the order for your Long Island Ducks with right fielder number 44, Brian Sabatella, number 44.
So here is Brian Sabatella to the plate. He will bat from the right side. Sabatella 1 for 2 thus far in the ball game. First pitch on the way from Lewis, and Sabatella will take a fastball over the outside corner for strike 1. Lewis thus far has thrown 64 pitches, 49 of them for strikes. Looks in for the sign, now comes set. And his 0-1 pitch. Swung and grounded back to the middle, fielded on one hop by Lewis. And he'll jog to first, throw it over there in time for the out. Several of the Ducks, especially Randy Ruiz, have hit the ball real hard tonight off of Rami Lewis, but unfortunately they're hitting them in the wrong spot. Lewis failed to come back after that out. Ruiz has hit the ball hard twice, but has lined to center and lined to second. So 2 down and the base is empty. Sabatella now 1 for 3. And here is Delta Cleary Jr., who is 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. From the stretch, first pitch from Lewis. And Cleary Jr. will take a fastball strike over the outside corner, 0-1. Lewis has done a great job in this game getting ahead with first pitch strikes. Oh, 1 upcoming. And Cleary Jr. swings, chops one weakly here to the third base side of the mound. Lewis off the rubber fields his throw to first in time for the out. Nice play by Robbie Lewis, and again he induces 3 groundouts and retires the 9-1 and 2 hitters in the Ducks order. 1, 2, 3, 5 innings complete at Bethpage Ballpark tonight. It is the Revolution still in front of the Ducks by a count of 4-2.
Hey fans, this is first baseman John Griffin, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
The results are in. PSEG Long Island is delivering 99.9% reliability. We got there by strengthening equipment and clearing trees along power lines across our area. And our new outage management system will continue to ensure improved communications and faster restoration. 99.9% reliable. It's one more way we're serving you better. Discover how we're improving every day to bring you better service at www.psegliny.com/reliability.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 23 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and so much more. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
To the 6th inning we go with the Revolution ahead of the Ducks 4-2. Ducks fans follow all season long as the Ducks try and meet the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 home runs, then Chappie's Funeral Homes will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. Chappie's Funeral Homes, where caring for others is our family tradition. First pitch breaking ball misses up and away to Brandon Boggs, the cleanup hitter, and left fielder for York. That is ball 1 from Brownell, who begins his 6th inning of work. Starts the inning with 91 pitches in the game, 61 for strikes. And the 1-0, Boggs takes a fastball low and inside for ball 2. Boggs 0 for 2 in the game. He flew out to center field in the 1st inning and a strikeout looking in the 3rd. Here's the 2-0. Again, Brownell misses, this time low, down in the dirt. So Brownell is quickly falling behind at 3 balls and no strikes on Boggs. Brian Pounds and Andres Perez will follow. 4, 5, and 6 hitters in the York lineup. 3-0 pitch, and Brownell deals a breaking ball that drops in for a strike to run the count to 3-1. Four runs, 5 hits for York, 2 runs, 7 hits for the Ducks, and the 3-1 ripped on the ground is short. A few hops for Dan Lyons, gobbles it up, his throw to first in time. Retired is Brandon Boggs for the 3rd time tonight, not out number 1 here in the 6th inning. Revolution overall this season, as we did talk about earlier in the game, they have struggled 28-52 entering tonight's game, I should say. And they have equally struggled both home and road. Earlier in the season, they really struggled at home, had played better on the road. It's kind of evened out. They're 13-29 at home, 15-23 on the road. Brownell gets the sign from Blank, and his first pitch coming to Ryan Pounds is taken on the inside corner, fastball for strike 1. They are 10-19 against the Liberty division and 18-33 against their own division, the Freedom division. So this is an interdivisional matchup here tonight. And the 0-1 upcoming. Breaking ball, grounded over the mound towards second. Charging is Carlos Hughes. Fields, off balance throw, just in time for the out. Nice play by Carlos Hughes. That was not easy. having to race towards second and race in on the ball, throw across the body off balance, but he was able to make the play. Nice job by Hughes. And that is the second out in the 6th inning. So a 2 away, that will leave it up to the first baseman, Andres Perez. He bats from the right side, first pitch, and Brownell just misses the outside corner for ball 1. Perez a solo homer to left back in the 2nd inning, and then flew out to center field in the 4th. And here Brownell delivers a called strike to even the count at 1-1. Brownell trying for a second straight 1-2-3 inning. He's retired the last 6 after giving up the 2-out walk to Paniagua in the 4th inning. Here a ground ball foul along the third base line by Perez. And that will run the count to 1-2. Brownell 1 strike away from completing the 6th. Steve McQuail flips the ball into the crowd, goes back to his spot in left field, and Brownell gets ready to deal a 1-ball, 2-strike pitch to Andres Perez. Kicks and fires, and Perez swings, grounds one to third. Backhanded stop, Cody Puckett. The long throw across in time for the out. Nice play by Cody Puckett. And the Ducks flashing some great defense on back-to-back batters here to close out a 1-2-3-6 for Brownell. So for York, no runs, no hits, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is still the Revolution in front of Long Island by a count of 4-2.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Brian Sabatella, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on Park in the Park Night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Bottom half of the 6th inning at Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip, New York. Long Island Ducks, York Revolution. Remaining a 4-2 battle with the Revolution in front. They have used 3 home runs, a 2-run blast from Eric Patterson, and back-to-back solo homers from Andres Perez and Jacob Calderon. And they lead it 4-2. Ducks scoring a run in the bottom of the 1st and in the bottom of the 4th. Here's Cody Puckett to lead things off, and he'll take the first pitch over the inside corner for strike 1 from Rami Lewis, who begins his 6th inning of the night. Through a 1-2-3 inning in the 5th, his 2nd of the game. 0-1 from Lewis to Puckett, and this down in the dirt for a ball to even the count at 1-1. Good start to Cody Puckett's night. He has 2 hits and 2 at-bats, both of them singles to center field. Cody Puckett now with his 17th 2-hit game of the year. He's got 23 multi-hit games overall. Lewis gets the sign from Paniagua. Here comes the 1-1. Kicks and fires, and Puckett takes up and outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike as Puckett leads off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. They'll be followed by Ruiz and Griffin. Here's the 2-1. Upstairs for ball 3. And Lewis has thrown 3 straight out of the zone. Paniagua asking for time here. He wants to go out and have a conversation with Lewis. And now Paul Fletcher, the pitching coach for York, will head out of the dugout as well to go talk with his left-hander. I don't know if Paniagua saw something that he didn't like there with Lewis. The trainer, Chong Choi, has yet to come out of the dugout. Paniagua seemed to see something that he did not like, so Lewis having the quick conversation with both Fletcher and Paniagua. Fred DeJesus, the home plate umpire, had gone out to bring up the conversation, now is heading back to the plate. He and Paniagua are having a couple of words, but doesn't seem to be any harsh words or anything like that. So the conversation is over. Count 3-1 on Cody Puckett. And Lewis's pitch is on the outside corner, hits for strike 2, and runs the count full on the Ducks' third baseman, who made a very nice play to end the top half of this inning. From the stretch, the pitch on the way, 3-2, is lifted in the air down the right field line, slicing foul and out of play. Hits off the front of the stands down the right field line, and Eric Patterson will pick up the baseball, flip it into the crowd. Patterson had to go back to get it because the ball was dropped by the fans on the field. So we'll do it once again at 3-2 here to Cody Puckett. Looking for his third hit of the ball game in as many at-bats. Lewis kicks, fires, and Puckett takes low and inside, ball 4. Doesn't get the hit, but he'll take the walk. That's the first batter that Rami Lewis has walked in the ball game. And our first Municipal Credit Union walk with a purpose. Every time a Ducks batter walks, the Quacker Jack Foundation wins. So Cody Puckett is on for the third time tonight. And with that, Mark Mason has come out of the dugout, and that's going to spell the end for Rami Lewis. He was at 74 pitches, 55 for strikes. Lewis and Paniagua seem to have a brief exchange there, and Lewis is upset, shouted back towards the mound as he exits the field. So Lewis is obviously not happy. I don't know if it's with Paniagua, with Mason, or just angry at himself, but either way, Lewis's day is done. And in the bottom of the 6th, we'll have our first pitching change of the night with the Ducks trailing 4-2, with the tying run coming to the plate in Randy Ruiz.
Hey fans, this is pitching coach Marty Jansen, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/Ducks Baseball.
North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding health care right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
The results are in. Thousands of PSEG Long Island customers participated in our energy efficiency programs, saving nearly $35 million. Being energy efficient helps our environment, too. Together, we've eliminated 21,000 cars worth of emissions in 2014. Thank you, Long Island. We're all making a difference. Discover how we're improving every day to bring you better service at www.pseglyny.com/efficiency.
Well, here in the bottom of the 6th inning, the Revolution have made the first pitching change of the night as they call on right-hander Bo Vaughn, who replaces Rami Lewis, who can win it as he has gone 5 innings plus 1 batter tonight. He can't lose it. He is responsible for the runner at first base, and Cody Puckett, whom he just walked, but not responsible for the man at the plate right now, Randy Ruiz, who represents the tying run. First pitch from Bo Vaughn, a side armor, and Ruiz chops it foul at home plate for strike 1. So Lewis goes 5 innings plus 1 batter, 7 hits, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Gave up the home run to Steve McQuail through 74 pitches, 55 of them for strikes. And his run total is still up in the air depending on what happens with Cody Puckett at first. But Bo Vaughn in the game right now, facing Randy Ruiz with 1 on, nobody out, bottom of the 6th, and York ahead 4-2. Time called here by the catcher, Salvador Paniagua, as he wants to go through the signs again with Bo Vaughn. Pitch here, check swing. Ruiz did not go. That'll even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. For Vaughn, this is his 23rd appearance of the year. He has a 1-1 record with a 4.37 ERA thus far. Sets up the righty-righty matchup with Ruiz, who hit the ball hard but was retired both times he came to the plate. Here he fouls one off at home plate, and the count 1 ball and 2 strikes on the Ducks' designated hitter. A hard line drive to center his first time up in the first inning, and then a hard liner to second in the third. But Simmons made the catch in the first, and Patino the catch in the third. Here comes the 1-2. Ruiz swings at the breaking ball. It's a high drive in the air to deep left center field. Going back is Simmons at the warning track, up the wall, and you can forget it. A 2-run home run over the wall to deep left center field for Randy Ruiz, his 6th home run of the season, and it has tied the ball game at 4 in the bottom half of the 6th inning. So Mark Mason, the manager of the Revolution, goes to his bullpen, takes out Rami Lewis, who had only 74 pitches in the ball game, to bring in the righty Bo Vaughn to set up a righty-righty matchup with Randy Ruiz. And on a 1-2 pitch, Ruiz hits a towering drive out to deep left center field for his 6th homer and RBIs 29 and 30 on the year. And finally, the hard-hit baseball for Ruiz eludes the Revolution defense. So, the Ducks and the Revs are now tied at 4 apiece. Ducks have come back from the 4-1 deficit. That will end Lewis's line with 3 runs allowed, all earned. And now Vaughn will face John Griffin, who swings and misses for strike 1. So 2 homers in the game for the Ducks, who have now hit a total of 54 on the year. If they hit 100, they'll meet the Chappie's home run challenge, as Vaughn misses way outside with a slider. Chappie's Funeral Homes then will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. A couple of helicopters flying overhead right now. Almost looks like a flyover before an anthem, but this most definitely not a flyover. And here Griffin swings and misses at the fastball on the count of 1-2. So 2 helicopters fly overhead, and many of the fans here are giving a cheer, thinking that it's a flyover, but definitely was not planned. And now the 1-2 to Griffin. Slider swung on and popped foul, first base side of home plate, out of play. And now chase for the baseball. We'll do it once again with the count of 1-2 on Griffin, who delivered an RBI single to right with 2 outs in the first inning, then struck out swinging, leading off the 4th. Vaughn kicks and fires. Griffin grounds it foul, third base side. This manager Kevin Miles will pick up the baseball, flip it to a fan in the front row. And we will do it once again at 1 ball and 2 strikes as Griffin continues to fight off tough pitches, as he did back in the first inning. 3 foul balls with 2 strikes, and the 1-2 breaking ball just missed low and outside. Fred DeJesus, the home plate umpire, flinched a bit there and made the ball call, and now the Revolution dugout giving him the business from the third base side, and DeJesus giving it right back. 2-2, fastball low. The count goes full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Earlier this year, Kevin Baez was ejected by Fred DeJesus in a heated argument. 3-2, popped in the air, right side of the infield. The first baseman Andres Perez back on the edge of the infield dirt will make the catch. So Griffin now 1 for 3. That's the first out in the 6th. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Steve McQuail.
Low out of left fielder, number 40, Steve McQuail.
A home run by Ruiz, the 3rd homer that Vaughn has given up this year. Entering tonight, 23 hits in 22 2/3 innings allowed by Vaughn. 11 runs, all earned, 4 walks to 27 strikeouts. And here he misses low and outside for ball 1 is Steve McQuail, who hit his 5th home run in 5 starts with the Ducks, 6 games total. Back in the 4th inning, a deep drive to left center field and hit way up on the right side of the scoreboard. The 1-0. Ground ball hard, but foul. Third base side into the crowd. And count 1-1. And we were talking about this yesterday on the broadcast. He has been a pleasant surprise for the Ducks with the power he is bringing to this team. Filling the shoes of Lou Ford, who was signed by Tijuana of the Mexican League. The 1-1 ripped on the ground again, fouled down the third base line. And the count now goes to 1-2. Left fielder Brandon Boggs will pick it up, flip it into the York bullpen. So we'll do it once again at 1-2 strikes with 1 out and the bases empty. Bottom of the 6th inning with the score now tied at 4 apiece. Here's the 1-2. McQuail takes a breaking ball that just missed the outside corner. Leaving up the count at 2-2. Third baseman Brian Pounds plays right along the line. The 2-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. McQuail chased down in the zone. Second time he has struck out tonight. First K for Bo Vaughn, and that is the second out of the 6th inning.
Catcher number 9, Mike Blank. Number 9.
First pitch on the way here to Mike Blank is a breaking ball in for a called strike. And the count goes to 1-0. They called it a ball. Thought that was in for a called strike and missed for ball 1. And now Blank takes low and inside. And the count 2 balls to no strikes on the Ducks catcher, who singled to right his last time up back in the 4th inning. Grounded to short to lead off the 2nd. Vaughn from the stretch, kicks and deals, and Blank swings and misses, chasing the breaking ball down low. I'll run the count to 2-1. Vaughn stands in at 6'5", 210 pounds, born in Phoenix, Arizona, now resides in El Mirage, also in Arizona. 2-1, ground ball, third base line, and this will go foul to the left of the chalk. Pounds will give it to Kevin Baez, who will flip it to a fan in the front row. So the count even at 2-2. Vaughn trying to retire 3 straight after the home run hit by Randy Ruiz. The 2-2. Swinging a chopper up the third base line again. Charging it is Pounds. He fields. The off-balance throw to first is in time. So Mike Blank retired on the ground out to third, and Vaughn avoids any further trouble in the 6th inning. But the Ducks get 2 runs on 1 hit. The 2-run home run to left center by Randy Ruiz. Nobody left on base. And after 6 innings, brand new ball game, we are all tied at 6.
Hey fans, this is Blake Davis, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Spring into a new Honda at Huntington Honda and pay $59 a month for a new 2015 Honda Civic LX sedan. $59. So spring into Huntington Honda on Jericho Turnpike just east of Route 110 or HuntingtonHondaCars.com.
Huntington Honda, discover the difference.
Auto 24-month lease, total due at inception. Civic $31.90 includes bank fee, first month's payment, no security deposit. Taxes, DMV, title fees extra with excellent credit through HFS.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience. We go to the 7th inning, and Ducks fans chill out all summer long with a cold cup of Hampton Coffee Company gourmet iced coffee available here at the concession stands at Bethpage Ballpark. Hampton Coffee is the preferred coffee of the Long Island Ducks. Visit HamptonCoffeeCompany.com or check out their cafes out in the Hamptons. Well, the 2-run home run from Randy Ruiz has done two different things. One, it has prevented Rami Lewis from getting a win as he left the game with the lead. The game now is tied. It also has prevented John Brownell from getting a loss because Brownell has exited tonight's ball game after 6 innings. The new pitcher is the lefty Patrick Kreider, who comes in to begin the bottom half of the 7th inning. And for John Brownell, not a bad start. 4 scoreless innings after the rough first 2 innings, and strikes out 7 in 6 innings of work. So ultimately, even though he did not have his best stuff, he kept the Ducks in the ball game, and they have come back to tie it. And I will see which bullpen breaks first here on this Monday night. So Patrick Kreider is in. He'll face Jacob Calderon, Salvador Paniagua, and James Simmons, the 3 hitters, a lefty and 2 righties due up to the plate.
And batting for New York Revolution in the top half of the 7th inning.
We'll get you the numbers on Kreider momentarily, and we'll give you the final line on John Brownell as well. So here we go. Kreider is set on the mound. Ready at the plate is Jacob Calderon. And the first pitch on the way is swung and fouled back to the screen behind home plate for strike 1. Calderon 1 for 2 in the ballgame, a line drive solo home run to right field in the 2nd inning, and then flew out to left field in the 4th. Kreider comes set. Here comes the 0-1. Kicks and fires, and this grounded towards second. Backhanded stop by Hughes. The off-balance throw to first, off target, and safe at first base since it pulled Griffin off the bag is going to be Calderon, and that is going to be an infield single. Not an easy play there for Carlos Hughes. A hard-hit baseball towards the middle. And Hughes had a race to his right, field the baseball, and throw across his body off balance. Could not throw it on time. So Kreider came in just to face the lefty, unable to get him out. And now with the righty Paniagua coming to the plate, Patrick Kreider will come out of the game. So he faces just 1 batter, and his night is done. We'll have yet another pitching change here at Bethpage Ballpark with the score tied at 4, top of the 7th.
Hey fans, this is pitching coach Marty Jansen, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/Ducks Baseball.
North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
The results are in. Thousands of PSEG Long Island customers participated in our energy efficiency programs, saving nearly $35 million. Being energy efficient helps our environment too. Together, we've eliminated 21,000 cars worth of emissions in 2014. Thank you, Long Island. We're all making a difference. Discover how we're improving every day to bring you better service at www.psegliny.com/efficiency.
Kevin Baez has called on right-handed pitcher Nick Struck to take over for Patrick Kreider. After the leadoff man in the 7th inning, Jacob Calderon singles to the second baseman Carlos Hughes. And so Nick Struck will be the new pitcher as Kreider faces just the 1 batter as Kevin Baez brought him in for the lefty-lefty matchup. Now with 4 straight righties scheduled, Kevin Baez goes to the righty Struck. So he will come in and will face Salvador Paniagua, who is 0 for 1 with a walk. And trying to keep this game tied up at 4 apiece here in the top of the 7th inning. So Nick Struck is done with his warm-up tosses. The Ducks will retake their positions on the infield. And Salvador Paniagua will step up to home plate for the Revolution.
And batting for New York Revolution, the catcher number 34, Salvador Paniagua, number 34.
Well, we didn't even have a chance to give you the numbers on Patrick Kreider, but he entered tonight's appearance 2-1 with a 3.15 ERA on the season. That was his 37th outing of the season. First pitch on the way to Paniagua from Nick Struck, and he'll fake a throw over to first to keep Calderon close, who Has not stolen a base yet this year. Was caught stealing one time. And on the grass at third, Cody Bucket in case he decides to bunt. Throw over, and again back safely is Calderon, and Griffin almost had the ball get by him at first base. Going to kind of reach out to his right and fell to the dirt, excuse me. And another snap throw to first, and again Calderon back safely. So Struck paying a lot of attention to the runner over there at first base, trying to catch him napping. Now he gets the sign from Blank. First pitch on the way, Paniagua squares and bunts it out in front of home plate. They say it's a foul ball, saying that it hit his foot. So Paniagua will have to head back to home plate. And the count 0-1. Fred DeJesus, the home plate umpire, immediately pointed towards either the ground or towards his foot, as if to say that the bunt was foul, and the Ducks immediately said the same thing. So the count 0-1. Paniagua this season has laid down 9 sacrifice bunts, so he is very apt to doing this. 0-1, he squares again and pops the bunt up foul back behind the plate, hits off the top of the screen, and goes into the box seats in front of us and off to our right. And the count quickly 0-2 on Paniagua. So we'll see if the bunt sign is still on for Paniagua, as he's missed twice now. And the count 0-2. Struck holding the ball in his right hand as he looks into home plate, now ready. And the 0-2, swung on and fouled back to the screen. Paniagua with a cut to stay alive, and we'll do it once again at 0-2. Struck from the belt set, the 0-2, fouled again back to the screen behind home plate. So Paniagua battling here with Nick Struck. He fouls 2 straight back behind home plate with 2 strikes on him. For Nick Struck, this is his 25th appearance of the year. He's 2-2 with a 2.70 ERA, misses outside, 4-1. Struck has thrown 23 1/3 innings, has given up 23 hits and 10 walks, 7 runs all earned, and has struck out 25. From the stretch, the 1-2. Here's the pitch, and it is taken up and outside. Paniagua would not chase, and the count 2-2. Paniagua does have a tendency sometimes to chase breaking balls down in the zone. We'll see if Struck tries to throw that, or we'll keep it with the heat. 2-2. Breaking ball here, and it was fouled back again to the screen. That one seemed a bit up in the zone, so count remains 2-2. The next pitch will be the 8th of the at-bat. Struck having a battle here with the 8-hitter for York, who again entered tonight hitting just 188 on the season. Grounded back to the mound his first time up, then walked in the 4th. Another 2-2. Swinging a foul tip again, right off the glove of Blank and back to the screen. And we will once again do it at 2-2. After Salvador Paniagua will be James Simmons, who has struck out twice. Two from Struck, on the way, swung on and popped, foul, upstairs, back behind home plate. Karam's back down below. Oh, and a fan chasing after it, almost tripped on the stairwell, but he is all right. So now the next pitch will be number 10 of this at-bat, as Paniagua continuing to battle. Who will win it, Struck or Paniagua? Leading at first is Calderon. The 2-2 pitch on the way. Runner goes, and it's swung on and fouled back to the screen. 6 foul balls with 2 strikes from Salvador Paniagua. One has become a very expensive at-bat in terms of the amount of baseballs being wasted on these foul balls. Still a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Let's see if Calderon takes off from first again. Struck is ready. 2-2 pitch once again is outside, ball 3. So Paniagua has worked the count from 0-2 to 3-2 after missing on bunt attempts. The 3-2 count after think Calderon will be off from first on the pitch from the right-hander. Struck comes set. A throw over to first, chases Calderon back to the bag. He is back there safely. 4 runs, 8 hits for the Ducks, 4 runs, 6 hits for the Revolution. York trying to retake the lead after Ruiz's 2-run home run tied the game. Another payoff. Runner goes, and the pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. The throw down to second base is right on the money. Out at second is Calderon. They strike him out, throw him out, double play. And on the 12th pitch of the at-bat, Nick Struck wins the battle and gets 2 outs with 1 pitch. So the strikeout for Struck is first of the game. The caught stealing goes 2-4 as Hughes applied the tag. Ducks turn the double play, 2 outs in the inning, and that will leave it up to the center fielder, James Simmons. So here is Simmons to the plate. And the first pitch is a breaking ball from Struck, in for a strike. That was a good job there by Nick Struck. Didn't give in and walk Paniagua. He kept firing fastball after fastball, and despite all the foul balls, came at him again. And Paniagua missed it. The 0-1 is low and outside, even the count. And Mike Blank with a perfect throw to the second baseman, Carlos Hughes, to complete the strike him out, throw him out, double play. Swing and a miss here by Simmons, who again struck out swinging in the second inning, looking in the fourth. And the count of 1-2, and Nick Struck 1 strike away from getting through the 7th inning with the game still tied at 4. Struck gets the sign, comes set. The 1-2. Check swing, taken for a called strike 3 anyway. James Simmons goes down looking. Back-to-back strikeouts for Nick Struck, and he gets through the top half of the 7th. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left for York. Time to stretch at Bethpage Ballpark. 4-4 the score between the Ducks and the Revolution.
Hi, this is pitcher John Brownell, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Upsky Long Island Hotel in Hauppauge. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Upsky Long Island Hotel features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. Best of all, it's only minutes from Bethpage Ballpark. The Upsky Long Island Hotel, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Hey fans, this is right-handed pitcher Frank DiGiulio, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Well, we are here in the bottom half of the 7th inning with the Long Island Ducks and the York Revolution tied up at 4 apiece. New pitcher is in for York. Can't tell who it is. I think it is Edward Paredes, but I am not 100% positive if that's who it is. He is wearing number 11, and the Revolution have nobody on their roster listed as number 11. We'll try and find out for sure who it is. But it looks like Edward Paredes, the left-hander, on the mound. We'll try and find out for sure. Either way, he takes over for Bo Vaughn in the 7th inning. And indeed it is Edward Paredes. First pitch on the way is a breaking ball in for a called strike. And the count goes to 0-1. So Paredes takes over. Vaughn goes 1 inning and gives up 1 hit, 1 run on the 2-run home run, by Randy Ruiz. The first run charged to Rami Lewis. And here Carlos Hughes swings and misses for strike 2. So Paredes looking in for the sign from his catcher, Salvador Paniagua. And the 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. As Carlos Hughes swings through it. Strikeout number 1 for Paredes, and the 4th for Revolution pitching, and that is out number 1 here in the 7th inning. Final line on Rami Lewis, 5 innings plus 1 batter, 7 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, gave up 1 home run, 74 pitches, 55 of them for strikes. And as for John Brownell, he goes 6 innings, gives up 5 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, allowed the 3 home runs. That gave the Revs a 4-1 lead. As Dan Lyons hits a high drive deep in the air to left center field. Going back is the center fielder on the run. He won't get it, and you can forget it. A solo home run well over the left center field wall for Dan Lyons. His 6th of the year, the 3rd home run for the Ducks today, and they lead it 5-4 in the bottom of the 7th inning. First pitch, and Lyons crushes one over the wall in left center field. 3 home runs for the Ducks in the ball game, matching what the Revolution have done here tonight. And Long Island has gone in front 5-4. He smoked that one off the bat, but he hit it to the deepest part of the park in left center field. Just didn't know whether or not that ball would have gotten out. But the center fielder Simmons had to go a long way, and it just snuck over the wall. So the Ducks now with 55 home runs on the year. They have homered in 6 straight games and have hit 11 homers in those 6 games. First pitch here to Sabatella is up and outside, ball 1. If the Ducks end up hitting 100 home runs, they will, of course, meet the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. Chappie's Funeral Homes will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. So Paredes surrenders the go-ahead home run. The 1-0 is outside for ball 2, so he is now in line for the loss and struck in line for the win if all holds up. And you can bet Kevin Baez probably getting Amalio Diaz now ready in the bullpen down the right field line. 2-0 to Sabatella, takes all the way, misses up and outside, ball 3 from the left-hander Paredes, who is one of 2 lefties in the bullpen for York, along with Ron Scutters, who is a newcomer to the team. Let's go Ducks chant up from the crowd here at Bethpage Ballpark, as they now lead it for the first time tonight with a score of 5-4, 3-0, and Sabatella takes all the way and misses upstairs for ball 4. Second walk of the game issued by Revolution pitching. And it is another Municipal Credit Union walk with a purpose. Every time a Ducks batter walks, the Quacker Jack Foundation wins. So with 1 on and 1 out, Delta Cleary Jr. coming to the plate. Out to the mound goes Salvador Paniagua to have a conversation. And that is the second defensive timeout taken by the Revolution. First was by the pitching coach, and now the catcher Paniagua goes. So Sabatella, with all of his speed, leads at first base with 1 out. First pitch coming to Delta Cleary Jr., and he will take up and outside, ball 1. Paredes appearing in his 28th game of the year. He's 1-0 with a 3.18 ERA. Has allowed 24 hits in 28 and a third innings, 10 runs, all earned, 11 walks to 30 strikeouts. That'll be a 1-0 here. Sabatella with 21 steals, leading at first. The 1-0. Cleary Jr. takes inside and low. And the count now 2 balls and no strikes. So Paredes having trouble finding the strike zone. The Ducks trying to take advantage. Dan Lyons with a first pitch home run to left center has given the Ducks the lead with 1 out after Hughes struck out on 3 pitches. And Sabatella walked on 4 pitches. Cleary Jr. has just taken 2 straight out of the zone. And the 2-0 on the way is up and outside, ball 3. So make it 7 straight balls from Edward Paredes. And the count 3-0 on Cleary Jr. Have to think he'll take all the way here. Trying to draw the back-to-back walks and put 2 on with 1 out for Cody Puckett, who has been on base all 3 times today. Paredes gets the sign, comes set, the 3-0. Cleary Jr. does take all the way. It misses up and outside for ball 4. Back-to-back 4-pitch walks issued by Paredes. Another Municipal Credit Union walk with a purpose. Every time a Ducks batter walks, the Quacker Jack Foundation wins. And 3 straight have reached against the Revolution lefty. That'll bring up Cody Puckett. For Paredes, he stands in at 6 foot 190 pounds out of Villa Arriba in the Dominican Republic, now resides in Santo Domingo. 28 years old. And he will deal to Cody Puckett here with the Ducks looking to extend this 5-4 lead. First pitch on the way. Puckett will take a breaking ball. This one hits at the knees for a strike. And the count 0-1. Puckett a single up the middle in the first inning, a single up the middle again in the third, and then drew a walk and scored in the 6th on the Randy Ruiz home run. Here comes an 0-1, and Puckett hits a high pop-up on the infield to the right side. The catcher, Paniagua, sheds the mask, goes to get it, it lands fair, but the infield fly rule was in effect. So the runners don't end up moving up, and Puckett is retired for the out. Puckett is going to get his bat, and he thinks that he will still be able to come back to home plate. I thought the ball landed fair and that it was an out, but I guess the ball landed foul. So the count is still 0-2. I thought from my vantage point that the ball had hit in fair territory. We'll try and see the replay here, but it was a high towering pop-up, and Paniagua had trouble with it, so it's a foul ball. He stays alive. And now the 0-2 is up and outside for ball 1. And the count goes to 1-2. That ball almost looked like it hit fair. Just watch the replay now, and I thought that ball might have indeed hit fair, in which case he would have been out on the infield fly rule. On the count of 1-2, here comes the pitch, and Puckett takes low and inside. Good block by Paniagua. And the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. That wouldn't have necessarily been out right away. The runners he would have been out, run away on the infield fly rule, but the runners would have been able to move up at their own free will. But they ruled the ball was a foul ball, and so Puckett gets a chance to keep the at-bat alive. Now it count at 2-2. Kick in the pitch, and Puckett takes a fastball inside. So he has worked the count from 0-2 to 3-2, trying to make it 3 straight walks to load the bases with 1 out for the cleanup hitter Randy Ruiz, who is the only Duck to hit a grand slam this year. Did that back on July 4th against the Somerset Patriots, part of a 5 RBI night for him. Let's go. Ducks chant is up from the crowd once again. They have seen the Ducks fall behind 4-1 in this game and then rally with a run in the 4th, 2 in the 6th, and 1 in the 7th to take a 5-4 lead and threatening for more. The 3-2 runners go, and Puckett lines one into left field. Racing in is the left fielder Boggs. He'll make the catch, and Sabatella is going to get doubled off at second base. So a break there for Paredes. The runners are going. Puckett line one to left field, but able to make the catch on the run was Boggs, and doubled off at second is Sabatella. That will end the inning. For the Ducks, they ended up getting a run on 1 hit, the solo homer by Lyons. Because of the double play, only 1 left. We'll go to the 8th. Long Island in front, 5-4.
Hey fan, this is outfielder Delta Cleary Jr. and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, post-game wrap-ups, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Ducks fans, do you want frequent updates on team transactions, scores, store specials, and the status of upcoming games? Well, then follow the Long Island Ducks on Twitter at twitter.com/LIDucks. With Twitter, the faithful flock will be able to follow the Ducks and find out more information regarding nightly promotions, player signings, league activities, and so much more. The Ducks are tweeting right now, and you can follow along at twitter.com/LIDucks. New pitcher in for the Ducks, their third reliever of the night. It is right-hander Amalio Diaz, the setup man. He will take over for the righty Nick Struck, who came in with a runner on and nobody out in the seventh. Got to strike him out, throw him out, double play, and then struck out James Simmons looking to get through the inning. So he throws a scoreless inning of relief. Patrick Kreider ends up getting no runs on one hit in the one batter that he faced. And here is Amalio Diaz to the mound to face the top three in the Revolution order, trying to protect a 5-4 lead that the Ducks threatened to extend when they put 2 on with 1 out on back-to-back 4-pitch walks. But with the runners going on a 3-2 pitch, Cody Puckett lined out to left field, and Sabatella was doubled off at second base to end the threat. So Amalio Diaz is the new pitcher for Long Island, and he will face Alfredo Patino, Wilson Valdez, and Eric Patterson to start things off here in the 8th inning. Ducks have been fantastic this year when leading after 7 innings of play. They have a record of 43-2 when leading after 7 innings this year. First pitch, squaring a bunt, pulling back and taking a strike was Patino. The count 0-1. Patino 0 for 3 on the day, as he has struck out swinging, grounded to short, and flown out to left. From the stretch, the 0-1. Diaz kicks and fires, and this swung on and foul tipped at home plate. Looked like that hit the mask of Blank. And the count quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Alfredo Patino, we mentioned earlier, was a newcomer who was signed and activated on July 3rd, right before the All-Star break. Revs have made a ton of signings of late. Lots of new players and lots of guys being released by the team. Bit of a revolving door for York. Here's the 0-2. Kicking the pitch to Patino is a fastball just outside. And the count goes to 1-2. We'll give you the numbers shortly on Amalio Diaz, who has given up just 2 runs in his last 19 appearances overall. Been terrific on the mound for the Ducks. Here comes a 1-2. Kick and the pitch, and Patino checks his swing on a breaking ball down and away. And he would not go, so Diaz now has a count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. For the right-hander, his league-leading 38th appearance of the year, 1-1 record, and a 1.42 ERA. He also has nailed 2 saves down this season. From the stretch, the 2-2. Kicks and fires, and this swung on and fouled back to the screen behind the plate. Revolution batters have had some good at-bats of late, especially the one from Paniagua against Nick Struck in the 7th. That he took to 12 pitches, but on that 12th pitch he struck out swinging and ended up turning it into a strike him out, throw him out double play. Count remains 2-2. Diaz gets the sign. Now kick and fire to the plate, and Patino fouls it back again to the screen. Revolution continuing to remain a pesky team, not making it easy for the Ducks pitchers. They are having to dig deep and try and get outs here. And the Revs keep fighting off tough pitch after tough pitch. So we'll do it again at 2-2. Infield playing straight away for Patino. Kicking the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Blew the fastball by him over the outside corner at the knees. First strikeout for Diaz, the 10th strikeout for Ducks pitching in the game, and that is out number 1 here in the 8th inning. Well, for Diaz this season, he has pitched 38 innings and has given up 27 hits, 7 runs, 6 of which are earned. 5 walks to 45 strikeouts on the year. That's a 9-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. Impressive numbers for Diaz. So 1 out, base is empty. Here's the shortstop, Wilson Valdez. First pitch on the way. Valdez takes a fastball on the outside edge for strike 1. Valdez 1 for 3 in the game. He singled to right and scored back in the 1st inning. Since then has struck out swinging in the 3rd and popped to short in the 5th. Diaz from the stretch, punk it in on the grass at 3rd. And the 0-1 on the way. Valdez swings and misses. Chased over the outside corner in the count, 0-2. Crowd of 4,561 on this Monday night for Irish Night here at Bethpage Ballpark. They've seen the Ducks rally from a 3-run deficit to take the lead. Now the 0-2. Diaz kicks, fires home, and Valdez swings, pops one in the air down the right field line. John Griffin giving chase, but this will be out of his reach, and it'll go into the crowd. About 4 rows back down the right field line. We'll do it again at 0-2. And tomorrow will be Ghostbusters night, as well as a 2 for Tuesday here at the ballpark for the 2nd game of this series. Wednesday, the game will be followed by a pyrotechnical fireworks extravaganza, and during the game will be a winning inning Wednesday. And then on Thursday for the finale, Ducks logo caps will go out to the first 1,500 fans, and it'll be a Thirsty Thursday here at the ballpark. Lots going on this week as the Ducks continue their 7-game homestand. 0-2 pitch upcoming. Diaz comes set, kicks and fires, and Valdez lines it foul again down the right field line, out of play. Into the seating bowl, the count still 0-2 on Wilson Valdez, with Eric Patterson, who has homered once in the game, waiting on deck. 6 home runs between the two teams. Revolution got a 2-run blast in the 1st inning from Eric Patterson, and back-to-back solo homers from Andres Perez and Jacob Calderon in the 2nd. Another 2-2 from Diaz coming up. Kicks and deals, and Valdez swings and misses, strike 3. Pulled the string on a breaking ball. And Diaz got Valdez to chase downstairs. Back-to-back strikeouts for Diaz, and quickly 2 away. Ducks home runs coming off the bat of Steve McQuail, a solo homer in the 4th. Randy Ruiz, a 2-run homer in the 6th. That tied the game. And Dan Lyons, the go-ahead solo home run in the 7th. So with 2 down, the base is empty. Eric Patterson will step up to the plate, batting from the left side. 1 for 3 with the aforementioned 2-run homer. Puckett plays well off the bag at 3rd and right behind the infield grass. John Griffin right along the line at 1st, and Carlos Hughes shaded over towards 1st. Diaz comes set. And the first pitch is low and outside for ball 1. Since the home run, Patterson struck out looking in the 3rd. And flew out to center field in the 5th. One-0 coming from the Ducks right-hander. Kicks and fires, and Patterson swings and misses at a fastball down and away. Hard pitch from the right-hander. And the count even up at 1-1. Exciting ball game between these two. We mentioned earlier in the broadcast, 9 games between these two teams this year. 8 have been decided by 3 runs or less. And this one right now, a 1-run game in the top of the 8th inning. 1-1 coming from Diaz, kicks and fires, and this is a fastball that just caught the outside corner. Patterson didn't like it. He walks out of the batter's box to the edge of the circle. DeJesus asks him to step back in. And now, Eric Patterson, I think, just got ejected from the ball game. Fred DeJesus just had a discussion with him and threw him out of the ball game. So Patterson has been ejected here. And now, Patterson still giving lip to the home plate umpire, Fred DeJesus, much to the chagrin of the fans here at Bethpage Ballpark. And Mark Mason was upset too. Salvador Paniagua, the catcher for the Revolution, had gone up to the top of the dugout and was arguing as well. So Patterson has been ejected from the ball game with a count of 1-2. Now we will have a new hitter coming up for the York Revolution to finish out this at bat. Revolution have been upset with a strike zone throughout the course of the evening from DeJesus. And it's going to be Mikey Reynolds who comes in to finish out this at bat with a count of 1-2. Well, the pitch looked like it was near the outside part of the plate. Might have been on the corner, might have missed, but either way, Patterson did not like the call. So Mikey Reynolds will take over in this game as the pinch hitter in inning number 7. Not sure what is going on now, but Fred DeJesus is standing out near the right side of the batter's circle, and I guess they're waiting for Patterson to leave. Patterson had not left the dugout, so they had to make sure he was leaving the dugout first before they could continue play. And now it'll be a 1-ball, 2-strike pitch from Diaz to the righty hitter Mikey Reynolds, and now time is called again. And DeJesus again looking to the third base dugout. A bit of a delay here in the 8th inning as the York Revolution upset with the strike zone of Fred DeJesus, the home plate umpire. Now Diaz ready, and it's 1-2 to Mikey Reynolds. Is upstairs for a ball. The count is even up at 2-2. Reynolds on the year for the Revolution, hitting .306 with no home runs and 5 runs batted in 30 games played. It'll be a 2-ball, 2-strike pitch from Diaz with the bases empty and 2 out. The Ducks lead 5-4. Kick in the pitch on the way, and Reynolds will take a fastball on the outside corner for strike 3. So Reynolds goes down looking on the outside corner fastball from Amalio Diaz, who strikes out the side in the top of the 8th inning. We'll head to the bottom half of the 8th with the score still the Ducks 5 and the Revolution 4.
Hey fans, this is infielder Cody Puckett, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicoloc paving stones and walls. Nicoloc's specially formulated Paver Shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver Shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicoloc. Visit the Nicoloc Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicoloc.com.
Let Nicoloc Pavers, pave your way.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 23 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and so much more. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Well, we head to the bottom half of the 8th inning after Amalio Diaz strikes out the side in the top half of the inning. And we'll have some defensive changes as well for the York Revolution. We'll try and figure them out here But either way, the Ducks with a 5-4 lead. New pitcher is in. It is Tyrell Harris. And he'll take over for Edward Paredes, who is in line for the loss. It looks like Brandon Boggs has moved over to left field here in the game and trying to see if Mikey Reynolds is still in right or if that is somebody else. I think that is Nick Ferdinand now in right field. Here are the defensive changes.
From left field to right field, number 33, Brandon Boggs, number 33. And now playing left field.
Brandon Boggs is in the game in right field.
Number 36, Nick Fernandez.
And Nick Ferdinand is now out in left field. So Ferdinand has taken over in left field and Brandon Boggs has moved over to right field. Ferdinand will take the spot in the order that was held by originally Eric Patterson and then Mikey Reynolds when he went in as a pinch hitter. Patterson again ejected for arguing balls and strikes by home plate umpire Fred DeJesus. First pitch from Tyrell Harris on the way to Randy Ruiz. It misses up and inside for ball one. And the count of 1-0 to Ruiz, who tied the game up in the sixth with a long 2-run home run to left center field. 1-0. High fly ball in the air to right, shallow, going at the second baseman Patino. He makes the call and he makes the catch. And that will retire Ruiz, who is now 1 for 4. That's the first out of the 8th inning. So that'll bring up John Griffin to the plate.
First base number 23, John Griffin, number 33.
Looking back, Kevin Baez is getting Ryan Cushmall warmed up in the bullpen as he will try and come on and close out this game in the 9th inning if the score remains the same. First pitch to John Griffin is a fastball in for a strike. And the count goes to 0-1. Griffin in the ball game is 1 for 3. Had an RBI single in the first, and here swings and misses at a big breaking ball diving down and away. And the count quickly at 0-2 on John Griffin. So Edward Paredes goes 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 run earned, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout, as well as the 1 homer. 0-2, and Griffin swings and misses again, chasing way down and out of the zone. Not a good at bat there for Griffin. Second time he has struck out tonight. 5th strikeout for Revolution pitching, and quickly 2 away. That'll bring Steve McQuail to the plate. On the year for the Revolution, Tyrell Harris, who is a newcomer, has pitched in 5 games. He is 1-0 with a 3.86 ERA. 2 runs allowed on 3 hits and 4 walks, 3 on the night with a homer and 2 strikeouts. And the first pitch is swung and hit in the air to right field. Drifting in is Brandon Boggs, and to his right, he'll make the catch. And a quick inning for Tyrell Harris as he has retired the Long Island Ducks in order in the bottom of the 8th. We will head to the 9th here at Bethpage Ballpark. The Ducks ahead 5-4 over the York Revolution to try and close out a win in the opening game of this series.
Hey fans, this is relief pitcher Bruce Kern, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Thinking about buying or refinancing a home? Start by attending a free MCU home buying seminar. Then speak with one of our loan specialists who will guide you through the loan process. With an affordable mortgage from Municipal Credit Union, Home Sweet Home will be a little sweeter. Call 212-238-3521 or visit nymcu.org to apply for your mortgage today. Municipal Credit Union. Strong, trusted, growing. Municipal Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender.
Enjoy the ultimate VIP fan experience at Bethpage Ballpark this season by taking in a Ducks game from the brand new Trout Town Fan Can. Presented by Roscoe Beer Company, the Fan Can is available for rental at all Ducks home games. It features 12 Dream Seat theater-style padded seats, beverage holders, an air-conditioned atmosphere, and an incredible view of the game. Packages are now available with food and beverage included. To reserve your Fan Can outing today, call the Ducks Group Sales Department at 631-940-3825. The Trout Town Fan Can at Bethpage Ballpark. Your VIP experience has arrived. Well, it's been an exciting one so far as the Ducks and the Revolution open up this series.
This is relief pitcher
as
Bruce
the
Kern.
Long Island Ducks, apologies for that. The Ducks lead it 5-4 over the York Revolution. And we go to the top of the ninth inning. The Ducks will call on their closer, and that is right-hander Ryan Cushmall. And he will take over for Amalio Diaz, who struck out the side in order in the ninth inning. 2 swinging, 1 looking. New defensive change for the Ducks, as out in left field is Prentice Redmond. He is taking over for Steve McQuail. The Ducks trying to go with Redmond in left, maybe to give him a bit of a better defensive option. We did see here back on Saturday night with Cushmall in the game, he is one strike away from ending the ball game when Aaron Eggleston blooped a double down the left field line that just eluded the reach of the left fielder Steve McQuail, and it ended up giving the Patriots the lead and eventually the win. And so perhaps Kevin Baez here going with Prentice Redmond as a better defensive option than McQuail for the ninth inning. So Ryan Cushmall is in the game after Amalio Diaz's scoreless inning. Ducks have struck out a total of 12 Revolution batters in the game. It will be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up for the Revolution against Cushmall. It will be Boggs, Pounds, and Perez here in the top half of the ninth inning. Ready to go is Cushmall. His first pitch on the way, swung on and missed. Good fastball over the outside corner. The count 0-1. Boggs in the game is 0 for 3. A fly out to center in the first, a strikeout looking in the third, and a ground out to shorty in the sixth. The 0-1. Line drive into right field, racing in Brian Sabatella. He slides, he can't get it. It will get past him and head towards the right field wall. Around second is Boggs. He will go to third, and he goes in standing up with. So Brian Sabatella on the do-or-die play in right, tries to make the diving catch. He cannot come up with it. And instead of the leadoff single, it ends up being a triple for Brandon Boggs. And the leadoff man is on at third base with nobody out for the York Revolution.
Third base for number 37, Brian Pounds, number 37.
So a runner at third with nobody out, infield in all the way around, and here is Brian Pounds to the plate. Cushmall comes set, first pitch, and Pounds takes a fastball downstairs for ball 1. So Ryan Cushmall with a runner at third base, nobody out, in danger of blowing the save for a second straight game here on the homestand. The 1-0 coming up to Pounds. Kick and the pitch, and he'll swing and pop it up foul. First base side out of play. And that will even up the count at 1-1. For Brandon Boggs, his second triple of the year. And for the Revolution, that is their 5th extra base hit of the ball game. Good effort by Sabatella, but a risky play leading by just 1 run. If it lands, it's a single. If it gets past him, we saw what happens. It ends up a triple. The 1-1, popped up foul. First base side out of play off the bat of Pounds. And the count goes to 1-2. On the Revolution third baseman, who is 1 for 3, struck out in the first inning, doubled to left in the fourth, and grounded to second in the sixth. One and two the count. Cushmall looking for out number 1. Comes set at the belt. Kicks and fires, and Pounds swings and misses for strike 3. Well, a good start trying to wiggle out of the jam. He strikes out Brian Pounds. Second time Pounds has struck out swinging tonight. Strikeout number 1 for Cushmall and 13 for the Ducks pitching staff. And with a 1 out, that will bring up the first baseman, Andres Perez. First pitch up coming from Cushmall to Perez, who hits from the right side, and Perez bloops one in the air to short. Dan Lyons is right there. He'll make the catch, and that is the second out of the inning. First pitch swinging for Andres Perez. He breaks his bat and pops out to short, and Ryan Cushmall has gotten 2 outs after the leadoff triple by Brandon Boggs, and now the Ducks 1 out away from the victory, and all that's standing in the way is the DH, Jacob Calderon.
Number 16, Jacob Calderon, number 16.
So here is Calderon, the lefty hitter, to the plate, and Kevin Baez is going to intentionally walk Calderon. A lefty hitter, he would rather set up the matchup of righty-righty with Salvador Paniagua. And Calderon already 2 for 3 in the game, so Kevin Baez does not want Calderon to hit. It's a risky play for Kevin Baez because you are putting the go-ahead run on base now by intentionally walking Calderon. But again, the lefty Boggs delivered the triple, and then the 2 righty hitters that followed both were retired. So now with Paniagua due up, the Revolution are going to go to their bench again, and they are going to call on catcher Luis De La Cruz to hit. He is going to be the 3rd player to come off the bench for the Revolution after Mikey Reynolds and Nick Ferdinand, which means that Carlos Marquez is their only available bench player left. So Luis De La Cruz, who has been a better hitter at the plate this year, will come on a pinch hit for Salvador Paniagua, who was 0-for-2 with a walk in the game. De La Cruz is a righty hitter still. So Kushmal has retired 2 in a row, intentionally walks Calderon. And the first pitch of De La Cruz popped up in the air to shallow right. The second baseman, Carlos Hughes, making the call, and he will make the catch. This ball game is over, and the Long Island Ducks, despite allowing a leadoff triple in the top of the 9th inning, hang on and win it by a thread, 5-4 over the York Revolution to take the opening game of this 4-game series. What a job by Ryan Kushmal as he allowed a leadoff triple to right by Brandon Boggs when Brian Sabatella tried to make a diving catch and could not come up with it. The ball rolled past him. And with a runner at third and nobody out, all it took was a simple fly ball or a ground ball to the Tron infield to tie the game. But Kushmal strikes out Brian Pound swinging, gets Andres Perez to pop out to short on the first pitch, and Kevin Baez looks like a genius as he intentionally walks Jacob Calderon to put the go-ahead run on base. But on the first pitch, Luis De La Cruz, pinch hitting for Salvador Paniagua, pops to second, and the Ducks win the game 5-4. Don't go anywhere. Post-game show is coming up next. We'll recap this one and hand out the player of the game. Ducks 5 and the Revolution 4.
Hi, this is manager Kevin Baez, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Thinking about buying or refinancing a home? Start by attending a free MCU home buying seminar. Then speak with one of our loan specialists who will guide you through the loan process. With an affordable mortgage from Municipal Credit Union, Home Sweet Home will be a little sweeter. Call 212-238-3521 or visit nymcu.org to apply for your mortgage today. Municipal Credit Union. Strong, trusted, growing. Municipal Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender.
Enjoy the ultimate VIP fan experience at Bethpage Ballpark this season by taking in a Ducks game from the brand new Trout Town Fan Can. Presented by Roscoe Beer Company, the Fan Can is available for rental at all Ducks home games. It features 12 Dream Seat theater-style padded seats, beverage holders, an air-conditioned atmosphere, and an incredible view of the game. Packages are now available with food and beverage included. To reserve your Fan Can outing today, call the Ducks Group Sales Department at 631-940-3825. The Trout Town Fan Can at Bethpage Ballpark. Your VIP experience has arrived. What a thriller between the Ducks and the Revolution to open up this 3-game series. Exactly what you'd want from these two teams, and exactly what we've seen with these two teams. The Ducks have improved to 8-2 now over the York Revolution, but 9 of the first 10 games this year have been decided by 3 runs or less. It's been incredible how close these games have been, and the Revolution, who have really struggled this year, they're now 28-53 on the season. They've put up a good fight against the Ducks, and they certainly did today and nearly came back to tie the game in the 9th. but Ryan Cushmall worked some kind of magic to win this ball game for the Ducks and earn his Atlantic League leading 23rd save of the year. Let's recap this one. The Revolution jumped out to a 2-0 lead in the first inning against Duck starter John Brownell, who struggled from the beginning as he allowed a one-out single to Wilson Valdez, and that was followed by a 2-run home run to right from Eric Patterson. It's the 6th home run of the year for Patterson, 4 of which have come against the Ducks. And York was on top 2-0 after the first half inning of play. But in the bottom half, the Ducks rallied for a run off of Rami Lewis, the starter for York, to make it a 2-1 game. With a 1-out, Delta Cleary Jr. and Cody Puckett picked up back-to-back singles up the middle. And then with 2 out after a great at-bat, John Griffin dunked a 2-out RBI single to right to play Delta Cleary Jr. and make it a 2-1 game. So the Ducks had gotten it to within 1, but in the second, the Revolution would stretch that lead back up to 3. As leading off was Andres Perez. He hit a solo home run to left. For Perez, it was his 5th home run of the year, 3 of which have come against the Long Island Ducks. And in addition, it moved Perez into the franchise lead for total bases with 606, passing Scott Grimes on the way. Jacob Calderon followed with a solo home run to right, his 4th of the year. And the Revolution had their largest lead of the night at 4-1. But from then on, the Ducks would shut them down. John Brownell in the next 4 innings would allow just a double and a walk in the 4th inning. That was Pounds with the double and Paniagua with the walk. Aside from that, did not allow anybody else to reach, retired the last 7 hitters he faced. And then the bullpen was spectacular after that. We'll get to that in a moment. In the 4th inning, the Ducks were able to make it a 4-2 game as with 1 out, Steve McQuail hit a long solo home run to left center field that hit off of the right brick beam on the right side of the Duck Vision video board. His 5th home run in 5 starts, 6 games with the Ducks. And McQuail's home run made it a 4-2 game. And then we'll fast forward to the 6th inning when Rami Lewis led off the inning facing Cody Puckett. Puckett was able to draw the walk, and after that, manager Mark Mason came out of the dugout, took Lewis out of the game, who was visibly upset coming out of the game. And so in came the right-hander Bo Vaughn to face the righty Randy Ruiz, and the matchup did not work as Ruiz hit a towering 2-run home run to left center field. It was his 6th home run of the year, 4 during the month of July, and Ruiz had made it a 4-4 ball game. Lewis unable to get the win. Vaughn ended up getting out of the rest of the inning, and then the Ducks turned it over to the bullpen in the 7th, so Brownell would get a no decision. He would no longer get the loss. In the 7th, Patrick Kreider came on and allowed a leadoff infield single to Jacob Calderon, but then Nick Struck came on to set up the righty-righty matchup with Salvador Paniagua. The at-bat lasted 12 pitches, and Paniagua struck out swinging. Calderon was thrown out trying to steal second. They strike him out, throw him out, double play. And that gave us the first 2 outs of the inning, and then James Simmons struck out looking to end the inning and keep it a 4-4 game. And then in the bottom of the 7th, Edward Paredes, the lefty, came on to face the Ducks. He struck out Carlos Hughes swinging, but then Dan Lyons launched a solo home run to left center field that just cleared the fence. His 6th home run, 40th RBI of the year, and that gave the Ducks the 5-4 lead. They were unable to play it anymore in the inning, but it wouldn't matter because Amalio Diaz worked a 1-2-3 8th inning, striking out the side. And then in the top of the 9th inning, Ryan Cushmall came on looking for his league-leading 23rd save. Well, it didn't start well as Brandon Boggs lined a triple to right field. Brian Sabatello tried to dive and make the catch, and it went past him and nearly to the wall. And on the triple, Boggs was at third with nobody out. But Ryan Cushmall settled in. He struck out Brian Pound swinging and got Andres Perez to break his bat on a pop-up to short on the first pitch he threw. So quickly 2 outs. Calderon then came to the plate. Kevin Myers elected to intentionally walk him to set up the righty-righty matchup with Salvador Paniagua. And it was a risky move because it puts the go-ahead run on, and an extra base hit by Paniagua or the eventual pinch hitter Luis De La Cruz could have given the Revolution the lead at 6-5, just like it did 2 nights ago when Aaron Eggleston's 2-run double gave the Patriots the 6-5 lead. However, on the first pitch to Luis De La Cruz, who was called on to pinch hit for Paniagua, he popped out to the second baseman Carlos Hughes, and the Ducks held on for the 5-4 win. The final totals from the game: 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Ducks. They left 4 on base. For the Revolution, 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors. They too left 4. The winner, Nick Struck, in relief. He improves to 3-2 as he threw a scoreless inning, striking out 2. The loser, Edward Paredes, who allowed the solo homer to Dan Lyons, falls to 1-1. Ryan Cushmall, his 23rd save of the year. The game took 2 hours, 38 minutes in front of 4,561 here at Bethpage Ballpark. Well, time to hand out tonight's Player of the Game award. There are several deserving candidates in that realm, and we'll have to try and take a look here to see who we will give it to tonight. And I honestly think we're going to give it to the three-headed crew of Nick Struck, Amalio Diaz, and Ryan Cushmal. Those three really did a great job in keeping the game tied and then eventually preventing the Revolution from taking the lead or tying the game. To protect the lead, Struck, Diaz, and Cushmal combined for 3 innings of one-hit baseball, no runs, 1 walk, which was an intentional one, and they struck out 6 in those 3 innings. So Struck, Diaz, and Cushmal are tonight's players of the game. We'll take a break. When we come back, the out-of-town scoreboard, then we'll set you up for tomorrow's Game 2 of this series between the Ducks and the Revolution.
Hey fan, this is outfielder Prentice Redmond, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/Ducks Baseball.
Spring into a new Honda at Huntington Honda and pay $59 a month for a new 2015 Honda Civic LX sedan. $59. So spring into Huntington Honda on Jericho Turnpike just east of Route 110 or HuntingtonHondaCars.com.
Huntington Honda, discover the difference.
Auto 24-month lease, total due at inception. Civic $31.90 includes bank fee, first month's payment, no security deposit. Taxes, DMV, title fees extra with excellent credit through HFS.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Back here at Bethpage Ballpark, where the Long Island Ducks were winners tonight by a final count of 5-4 over the York Revolution. They take the opening game of this series, improve to 6-5 in the second half, 52-29 overall, and they win their 30th game of the year at home. They're a league best 30-9 here at Bethpage Ballpark. Revolution fall to 4-7 in the second half, 28-53 overall, and they are now 15-24 on the road. As for the out-of-town scoreboard, 2 other games going on tonight. It is all Somerset. Bottom of the 8th inning in Camden as they lead at 11-1 over the River Sharks. They have allowed just 1 hit to Camden. Matt Zielinski went 7 innings of 1-hit baseball. Daniel Saller now in the game. And as for Camden, Sean Gleason was the starter. And now the new pitcher for Camden is Jeff Singer. The only RBI for Camden coming off the bat of former Duck Evan Crawford. As for the Patriots, they have had 3 RBIs apiece from Michael Burgess and Robert Andino and 2 from Matt Gamble. The only other game going on right now is in Southern Maryland, where the Bridgeport Bluefish have rallied from a 4-1 deficit to lead 5-4 as they scored 4 runs in the 7th inning. The starter for Bridgeport was Scott Main. Now in the game is former Duck Eric Kneeson. The starter for Southern Maryland was Brian Grenning. And now Cody Epley is pitching. Southern Maryland with RBIs, 2 of them from Gustavo Molina, 2 from Craig Maddox as well. Bridgeport has 2 RBIs from Job Duan Morales to lead the way. In Washington, D.C., the Washington Nationals have a 5-2 lead over the New York Mets, top half of the 8th inning. Good pitching matchup to start. Matt Harvey for the Mets. He is still in the ballgame. Gio Gonzalez started for the Nationals. Casey Jansen is now pitching. Matt Harvey has driven in both runs for the New York Mets. As for the Nationals, Yunel Escobar has a run batted in, and Clint Robinson has driven in 2. And earlier today at the British Open, it was Zach Johnson with the win in a 4-hole playoff as he defeated Louis Oosthuizen and Mark Leishman, who were both playing with him in the playoff. As for this series, it will continue tomorrow night with the second game of a 4-game set, 6:35 start time. The gates opening at 5:35. It'll be Ghostbusters night at the ballpark, and as well as a 2 for Tuesday. Pregame show is going to start at 6:20 here on the Ducks official YouTube channel and 103.9 FM LI News Radio. For the Ducks, it'll be right-handed pitcher Bobby Blevins taking the mound. He is 1-1 with a 5.50 ERA. This will be his first start against the Revolution this year, and he'll be opposed by Revolution right-hander Sean Hill, who is fresh off of his appearance in the Pan Am Games for Team Canada, and he is 1-7 on the year, has a 4.38 ERA. 2 pitchers who are definitely much better than the stats show so far this season, and it should be a good pitching matchup tomorrow night as the Ducks look to make it 2 straight wins over the Revolution to open up this series. That'll do it for us at Bethpage Ballpark tonight. Once again, the final score was the Long Island Ducks 5 and the York Revolution 4. We invite you to join us for our next Ducks broadcast, which will be tomorrow night when the Ducks and the Revolution play Game 2 of this 4-game set. Pregame show will begin at 6:20, first pitch at 6:35. You can follow all the action on the Ducks flagship radio station as part of the Ducks Game of the Week, 103.9 FM LI News Radio, and online at the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball and liducks.com. My name is Michael Pollock. Thank you so much for spending your Monday night with me. I hope you enjoyed the broadcast and the Ducks win. Have a great rest of your Monday. We'll do it all over again on Tuesday here at Bethpage Ballpark. Good night and so long from Central Islip, New York.